Pretty good. No, I do. I have to make some more, guys. Oh, that do. I just. Oh, I know. Howdy, everybody. Welcome in, guys. How is everyone? Let's do some shout outs. Got Skill Sniper in, Spliff patrolling as usual. We got Chills in who just subbed to me. I just see you sub to me, Chills. Is this a new channel or a different channel? Or do you have a channel taken down? Big shout out to Logical, Honor, Forever Love. Shout out to Forever Love. Big shout out to Tommy. Big shout out to Tarbo. How is everybody? How is everybody? Tarbo. Hello, dear friends. I love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Much love and respect. see, we love that here, Tarbo. We knew all along you was this type of guy. No, I couldn't see the channel in my save channel. Okay, that's weird, isn't it? Isn't that strange? Because I just went on, I see Chills has just subbed. I thought, what? I know Chills was subbed. It was just like, what the hell's going on there, man? Pretty crazy. So what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's good. Have a good week. Weather, I don't know. It's been kind of on and off. The weather is like kind of trying to get warm, but yeah, it's still kind of the air temperature is a bit chilly. Hey, Chris Hayes is in the house. Welcome in, Chris. So unsubbed and resubbed. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I got you. That's YouTube shenanigans for you there, Bills. So yeah, I've been quite busy myself actually. Been quite busy. Got another busy day today, really. But I'll try and get this done for today. Um, so let's talk about these. Let's talk about these flat earthers that can't say the word flat. Why is that? Can you tell us as an audience over here in the UK that have been in this from the beginning, and you know, suddenly we're at a place in 2026 where then flat earthers can't say the word flat? Isn't it really, really bizarre? Obviously, you don't understand scale and perspective. I mean, if I ask one of these idiots to describe the surface of their carpet, are they going to say, "Oh, it's level and it's true"? The carpet's true. Yeah, it's true. What? It's level. No, no. The description of the surface of your carpet, because you're observing a large surface area, it's what is it? What is it? It begins with an F, ends in T. Yeah, yeah, it's flat, right? The surface of your air, the surface area of your carpet is flat. You don't describe it as level or true, right? So you've got these flat Earth simps, lukewarm flat Earthers out there. They can't say the word flat for some reason, and they're in the flat Earth community. I mean, if they come out and say, if you ask them, like, describe the surface of your carpet, and they come out with true, yeah, it's true, it's true. Tell them, just get out of here, bro. You don't understand flat Earth at all. You really don't. Um, okay, let me just demonstrate. Let me just show you a very simple demonstration, right? Using a piece of fucking bread. Because these numbnuts just don't get it, do they? They just really don't get it. We're going to use a piece of bread, right, as a demonstration. Very simple, easy to understand. Easy to understand, right? So the description of that, you're observing the whole piece of bread, right, on a flat table. You would describe that piece of bread as being flat, wouldn't you? You wouldn't describe it as level or true or anything else but flat. From this perspective, this scale, this observation, right? You're seeing, imagine this is like the flat earth, right? You're observing the whole plane, right? It looks flat. Yes, there's dimples and little bit, but it looks flat, right? This perspective. Now, if you was to go into the bread and on the surface of the bread, right? Got tiny and tiny and went into the bread, like you are on Earth, right? There would be valleys, hills, mountains from that perspective. You don't understand. You're not understanding. It's flat. Water is the surface of water at rest is what? So yeah, so we're looking at this piece of bread here, right? Right? Flat earthers that can't say the word flat. This flat piece of bread here. Imagine you're observing, this is the whole plane. You're observing it. It looks flat. As soon as you start to zoom in and you're on the surface of this bread, you start getting valleys and hills and mountains. Imagine being here on the bit of bread, tiny, looking up at this mountain here. This big. And then you start seeing mountains and plains and... Because, no, if you're on it, it's not going to look flat, is it? And we go in and make more mountains and... Because you're not understanding the scale, you retards. So let's go back to the start. Flat. Not flat. Because you're on the surface. Right? It's like talking to children. It's like having a conversation with 3-year-olds that don't understand scale and perspective. You've got all these mongs out here that seems super intelligent. You've got zero wisdom. Zero wisdom. You know, and they coming out with all these mathematical equations. Shut your weak asses up, man. This is the reality, right? You live on bread Earth, right? But you get the point I'm making, right? You get the point I'm making, right? So listen to these flat earthers that can't say the word flat. Tell them to get the out of here because they ain't got a clue what they're talking about. They really haven't. So let's crack on.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, 'cause we need a little.
Hey Tommy, welcome in. Great to see you, dude. Hope you're well, man. Oh, no. These dishonest flat earthers, lukewarm flat earthers. You got to get a grip, guys. You guys have got to get a grip because you're making yourselves look really stupid out here. To all the people that have actually been in the flat earth since the beginning, you're making yourself look like idiots. Oh, I can't say the word flat. No, it's true. Okay. What does that describe? What, no. Tell me what true Earth is. Well, it's a level surface with level water, flat. So their true Earth is flat Earth. They're just trying to change the wording. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work because they're just a bunch of idiots that don't understand scale. They don't understand the scale of this place. That's what it is. I have a problem with that. Because why? Because these weak biblical flat earthers, lukewarm flat earthers, believe there's domes and ice walls and physical red molten looking glass domes. Well, show me this red molten looking. If the dome was red molten looking glass, like it says in your book, we'd see it. The reflection of the sun, it would give off some red haze. No. In fact, the stuff that's falling out of the sky that we've all seen, that obsidian blue, it's blue. It's like the perfect blue, beautiful blue colour. There's no red molten looking glass. Come on, man. Anytime you see that, is that sunset or sunrise? When it looks red molten looking. No. There's no. Listen. Show us this red molten looking glass dome. It's not there. It's not there. Show us this ice wall that's surrounded. Yes, we've seen ice walls, but it doesn't mean it surrounds us. Not this part of the continents that we are. That's for brainwash people. That's to say, this is all there is. This is all the continents they are. Just like the sphere does the same thing. 6 continents. This is all there is. You're not understanding the scale. You're caught in your own brainwash, guys. Biblical flat earthers. True earthers. It's ridiculous. It really is absolutely ridiculous. Let's just crack on. I reckon most of these flat earthers, man, you know, I can't say the word flat. I reckon they're boosted. I reckon they're double boosted. 100%. These guys are dishonest, and they've all had the jab. They've all gone and, you know, these ones that can't say the word flat. I can't say the word flat for some reason in flat Earth. Isn't it bizarre? Really, really bizarre behaviour. You know, shadow banning people from their chats, and it's just crazy for no reason. Because I was sticking up for a couple of my mates that toxic woman. You know, you got all these flat Earth simps simping for toxic women, and when I called it out, I got shadow banned for it. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff from these so-called flat earthers out there, isn't it? It's you know, these are meant to be righteous biblical guys. It's so far from the truth, man. These guys are they're toxic, man. They are. They're toxic. The toxic bloody the energy comes from these lot. I'll just point it out. That's all. I'll just point this behaviour out. You know, why can't you say the word flat in flat Earth? We all want to know. We all want to know. You can't describe the surface of your floor without saying the word flat. You're not going to say it's level and true. I mean, that's just idiotic. Lukewarm, flat earthers, Christians, flat earth simps. This is what it is in 2026. I'm surprised none of them have got pink and blue hair and all this metal in their face. It wouldn't surprise me if half of them are like that. Honestly. We just want to know. We just want to know why. You triple boosted morons out there eating your goy slop. Back on with that. So I literally just shut your whole argument down. All you people, flat earthers that can't say the word flat, I just shut your whole argument down with a piece of bread. That's how dumb and stupid you are. I just literally shut your whole argument down with a piece of bloody bread. Retarded. 100%.
If you don't know.
And if you can't say the word flat, we've got to start calling these people out. I mean, why can't you say the word flat? Oh, because it isn't flat. Well, no, it's not flat when you're on the surface. We're talking about if you could observe the whole surface area of the plane. It would look like your carpet. It would look... Shut your wig.
Didn't they teach you to reach for the stars while opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars? Vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires. No answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours. Imposter truths like impeccable cards.
Banner, you're banned in Rogers. I've seen you, but had to hit all messages. You're no banned, Bond. I'm not banned in there.
Shards,
no one can see me in there. Hello, Nibbles. Welcome in. No one can see me in there.
New hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love.
Hey, Ches, what's up? What's up, man? Hope you well. Dorian, where's Dorian? No, Dorian. Is Dorian in? Dorian. Dorian. Oi, Dorian, glad to see you back, man. Yeah, we've missed you here, Dorian, man. Listen, bro, you've got to ignore the people doing that shit. Yeah, you know, look, I know you're cool, bro. I know you're cool, man. Yeah, I did. I said to him, look, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be fucking winding him up like that. I did say something. So, but you left, you went, and you didn't hear me say it. That's all. But I did say Dorian. So yeah, don't piss off Dorian. No, he's got a short fuse. Like a lot of men with full of testosterone have, not like you weak ass, estrogen filled, pink haired, metal in your face morons, lukewarm flat earthers, and all these types. No, Dorian's got something about it, right? He was in the army, man. I mean, what do you expect? Do you expect him to sit back and just? I hope you're well, Dorian. For real, man. I really do.
Makes you believe you're spinning in space, why you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate, how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full...
I needed to hit all chat. So why can't you just see me in the chat then? I'm not banned. All right, yeah, I'll take it back then. I'll take it back. Roger Smeg Hell. Roger Smeg Hell hasn't banned me. So hands up, apologise, Roger. If you haven't banned me, you haven't banned me. But no one can see me in your chat, Roger. So something's that. I mean, Chill said he could see me, but he had to change the live and all this. Why can't I just go in and just... Weird, man.
It's all fake, the show is on Mars, it's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Fepe's beak is strong, we have our song and we march along, like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown, and all of us wearing our holy crowns. So the earth is flat, and we probably just won't get along, just to go along, I said.
I recorded a new song in 432 hertz. That's the magic hertz, right? 432 hertz, and played it with a guy with AIDS. But by the end of the song, he was cured. Check out my new merch store. Yeah, acquire and buy freely. Lots of merch, lots of merch. I cured AIDS. The best one is I cured AIDS with 432. I cured AIDS with 432s. You cured AIDS with four verses of 32. Hey, good morning, Stace. How you doing? Welcome in. I needed to hit all chat to say. Well, maybe I'm not banned then. Yeah, it could be. Is it because I'm grey? Is it because I'm grey in there? It might be that. I'll take it back, Roger. Maybe Roger can change a light bulb and he doesn't just know math equations. Maybe he can. Maybe I was completely wrong. Maybe Roger has got a bit of wisdom. It's not just all intelligence. So what did you guys think of this this ridiculous Hanta virus that they're trying to push at the moment? I mean, I come on this morning and it's all just Hanta this, Hanta that, this ship off the coast of some place, and three people died or something. I don't know, but it's offshore. It's offshore at the moment, this virus. So just waiting to get off onto land. And then we can all go back into lockdown again for another 2 years. That'd be nice. Hey Brian, welcome in, welcome in. Poppycock, yeah, only spread through mouse poop. Yeah, it's something to do with mice or something. They kept showing mice and mouses. Oh, God, mouse flu? We've got pig flu, bird flu, mouse flu. Come on. It's just nonsense. And the really funny thing is that it said, and the symptoms are just like a normal flu. You can't tell the difference. It's because it is the normal flu. So was COVID. So was bird flu. So was pig flu, swine flu. All this nonsense that they just want you to get these injections. Come on, you must be able to see that game now. Even you triple boosted ones. You triple boosters. Even you must be able to see the game now. Hey, we got Jax in the house. How you doing, Jax? Hope you're well. I want to stop cruising the cottage. Nibbles. I had a cottage in the woods. Well, an imaginary one, according to these guys. Pink cottage in the woods. Cottagers. Yeah, I went there one day and it was just mysteriously burned down. I don't know how. I left a can of gas next to it. It's a wood cottage as well, so must have ignited somehow. But yeah, there's just foundations left, so unfortunate. Unfortunate for you cottagers. Listen, I didn't even know what cottaging was until you sick people in the chat told me that, Anna, have a look at Google cottaging. Or Google, was it cottaging or something? And it was the zestiest, weirdest, most homosexual thing I've ever seen in my life. It was just like, what is going on here? This is cottaging? I thought cottaging was going down to the fucking... Oh, God. I thought it was going down to your local village and, seeing all these cottages. That's what... think it was like men dressed in leather meeting up in these dark places. You guys are sick in the chat. I swear to God, I never knew what it was. I knew I've heard of the other one. What was the other one? When they go around the cars, they all park up. I've heard of that one before, but never cottaging. And these fuckers in the chat said, "Banner, look at it on Google," and I was just like, what am I looking at? What is this? Cottaging? You sick puppies. Sick puppies, the lot of you. Dogging, that's it, dogging. I've heard of dogging before. Dogging is cottaging for straights. Right, okay. Yeah, but I'd never heard of it. I'd never heard of this term, cottaging, until these guys in the chat, they literally said, "Banner, Google cottaging." I was just like, what the hell? I was expecting like a cottage to come up. You know, like with a thatched roof and nice little cottage, you know, little windows. But no, I just see a bunch of leather-clad homosexual men in this dark alley. I was like, what is this? It was hilarious at the time. It was bloody funny, man. Because I was literally in shock. I was like, guys, you're out of order, man. I didn't even know what the word was. Fluoride virus is real. Yeah, I'm on the old thingy one now. I've been cleaning my teeth with, is it Aloe Dent? I've been doing that since since I got ill. I've been using that, so it's been a few years now. Yeah, I try not get the fluoride in me anymore. So yeah, 100%, man. If it's in the water, it's in the water, maybe. But yeah, at least I'm not doing the toothpaste thing no more. And do you know what? It cost me £14. No, around £12 to £14 for 2 tubes of the Aloe Dent off Amazon and sent to you, because you got to pay a £5 for the delivery. It's eight quid. But yeah, that's how much I'm dead. I don't care. I will pay out that amount of money for 2 tubes of toothpaste if it ain't got fluoride in it. It's quite expensive, but I think it's worth it. Leather-clad homosexual men. Have you have take that reformed? Shit, yeah. That makes sense, Ches. That makes sense. Oh shit. Hey Fen, welcome in. Great to see you, dude. Hope you're well, man. I hope you are well. Big shout out to Fen in the house. Does lots of good work on the moon. Does lots of good videos. A couple of lives. He goes live every now and then. Big shout out to Fen in the house. Yeah. Sorry, didn't see that. I must have been stoned. I got some nice weed yesterday. I think it's that Cali bud again. Should have got more. I only got like a quarter delivered. But I should have got more. I'm thinking about getting some more actually. But yeah, do you know those nice, clean, smooth like buds? This has got like a kind of orangey kind of green. Smells lovely. Absolutely nice. Really, really nice. Nice bit of weed. Not trimmed to how I would like it. Do you know how people, especially home growers, do this a lot? I do this every now and then. You leave a bit of chaff on there, on the butt, you know, just a big leaf here and there. You know, still cut, but you just leave the bottom bit on it, right? Just to add the weight. Yeah, so that's a little trick the home growers use. You just have to have. It won't be, you know, but the weed's so good because it's homegrown, right? You just don't worry about that. I don't worry about sometimes those little leaves at the bottom. Oh man, it's good to see Dorian back in here. Actually, I was a bit pissed off with that. Actually, I was actually a bit pissed off with that. Not that you went, that they were taking the piss or annoying you or something. Weren't they? Next time, just tell them to fuck off, Dorian. I'm sure, you know. The reason why I was pissed off because Dorian's old school, man. Duran, right? He's old school. He's from way back in the day, right? And I respect all the old school flat earthers more than these new ones. Don't seem to really grasp it, right? Yeah. Sure, man. That won't be happening again. We lead sheltered lives, banner. I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking, people say I'm lonely. Are you really lonely? Is anyone really lonely? Alone, really? Because, you know, if you don't hate anyone, got that sort of vibe. I mean, everyone just kind of like fan. Everyone is just shooting. You know what I mean? Is anyone really alone? I don't think they are. It's all in the mind. Yeah, it is, Jim. It is. It is a mental thing. If you think you're alone, you're not really alone. No. Okay, this is conspiracy music guru Alex. I Won't Back Down, doing a cover of one of my favourite songs. Actually, was on the list for years. This song that they're doing now. I'm going to put it back on there. I'll put it back on there. So I do like this song. It fits Flat Earth perfectly, and the people in Flat Earth, the real Flat Earthers, right? This song is perfect for it. I would like to hear Ches, man. I'd love to hear you just do this song and just put it onto the things, just so I can put it on my list. Your version of it. I don't think Ches would do that though. I'm not too sure. He's not happy with YouTube, so I wouldn't. I'll probably do it. I'd love to hear Ches's version.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You could stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground, won't be turned around, and I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down.
I know, Ches, man. I wish Ches had a. I mean, how has Conspiracy Music Guru got 80,000? And Ches has got. I mean, that's shadow banning on a level that you can't even fucking comprehend, really, can you? Why are they like that with you, though, Ches? I don't understand, man. Why do they let some people get all the praise and the shine and other people just... It's weird the way the algorithm works, right?
baby, there ain't no easy way.
$150, man. 150 quid and pound notes. It's a lot of money, in it. It is a lot of money. I mean, but they are putting on free beer. They are putting on like the event. I mean, the place that they're doing the event looks pretty spectacular. Actually, it looks pretty beautiful place. That's going to cost a bit to hire out. Suppose the DJ. I said chuck him 50 quid. Everyone went in the chat was going, Bano, DJs are more than 50 quid. I'm just thinking back to when I used to do events years ago, like, you know, the odd, yeah, just bung him 50 quid. So he's only on because you're not just using one DJ. I mean, years ago it wasn't just one DJ through the night. You had a DJ that probably do an hour set, a 2 hour set. That'd be the max. And then the next DJ would come on set like that. It wasn't like a DJ all night. But then, you know, as I say, my mate became a very famous DJ, and he was charging at one point 500 quid. At one point, 500 quid for those 2 hours. So that's where it kind of got to. And when was that? That was in like the 2000s or something. So you can imagine what it is now, right?
Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got
Chase is a lefty.
just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around. No,
Because I'm the real deal, mate. Not
my
yeah,
ground,
real man.
and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down.
Pretty cool version. Limited tickets of the Gathering. $150. I don't know. In 2026, is that cheap? I don't know. I don't really follow prices and all this stuff sort of now. I don't see that actually might be a good price in 2026. I don't know. I really don't know. 150 notes. I mean, is that a good price in 2026, guys? I really don't know anymore. I mean, I used to go raving and used to pay a tenner. I used to pay 10, 20 quid to get in. And it was like thousands of people there. Thousands. All crammed in, all on ecstasy, all having a great time. No phones, just loads of women. That was the main reason you were raving. Yeah. You like the vibe and the music, but it was the hot women, man. Come on.
You can't hurry, my God. No. You just gotta wait.
Yo, Andy, welcome in. 3-part. Yeah, there's loads of them, wasn't there?
No matter.
That's the thing. Back in the day, you used to have people just, you used to go down the pub, and a lot of your mates were into music anyway, and they had setups. They had DJ setups and that. So it was like you go down, if you weren't going out raving, you go down there, have a drink, and then you might pop a couple of pills and go. Loads of us will go back to someone's yard and just start spinning, having a wicked time. And all the girls would come back as well. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and they were free. People just used to do them. You get none of that no more, do you?
How long it will take.
There's hardly any pubs about now, is there? They all kind of. I mean, all the pubs in my town have been destroyed. They're literally like empty shells. Got like a couple probably left in the town. It's really insane.
You just can't hurry.
The old X marks the spot there. Here you go, Jim. Right over Jim's head.
Body be there, don't you worry. I say may not come when you want 'em, but it right on time. You can't hurry, my God. No, no, no. You just gotta wait.
Nibbles. The girls come back, we would leave them making tea whilst we went cottaging.
Body's God, you just can't hurry.
I always disliked pubs.
Don't you worry.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I say may.
I wasn't a fan of pubs. I wasn't one of these guys that sit at the bar and mingle. No, I'd get a beer, go and sit out in the water garden, in the garden bit, right, with a bench and sit outside most of the time. I would never be inside there. The only time I go in the pub is to order the beer. Very, very rarely sat in the pub. If it was pissing down, I was saying, yeah, maybe. But yeah, even the tables had their umbrellas over the top of them. You know, the tables with the benches, the wooden bench with a hole in the middle. Yeah, they were all down anyway. So. Yeah, and in the summer you wouldn't be in the pub anyway. But yeah, to be honest, I was like you. They weren't really my favourite place. It was more of a gathering place where people used to just gather and then decide what to do. And then we'd decide, and it was a Saturday, you'd be going out raving. Friday, you might have a house party like what we were talking about before. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, recovering from the weekend, and then you start again. That's what it was like for years on end. It was like that. We had it was crazy in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. You just couldn't beat it. There's no beating that time. I can compare it to today, it's night and day. Honestly, night and day.
Right on time. Well, Brother Joe was sick so long until the flesh fell from his bone. While with his wife, cattle and children, well, everything he had was gone.
Yeah. Tarmo's now the grammar police, the chat police in the chat. So you got to listen to what Tarmo says about the
Joe said you put these afflictions
bad language.
upon me, Lord. Now come on, let's see about me. I say may not come when you want 'em, buddy, right on time.
I'd like to smoke a pipe in the pub. What sort of pipe are we talking about, Dr. Bob? Hey, Charlie Rose, welcome in. Great to see you. Good morning to you. You having a great morning?
Well, some say he's coming in the morning, and he's gonna make the journey by train. And some say he'd be riding in a chariot, shaking like an angel wing. Well, I don't know how soon.
What was that drink called? I think it was half of lager, half of cider. It's called something, wasn't it? Snake bite. Do you remember? Remember snake bite? You just wanted to get pissed, really. Yeah, just drink loads of snake bite. You'll be hammered by the end of the night. The only way you was getting out of that is by sniffing something or taking some sort of amphetamine just to get yourself right. Otherwise, you was probably on the floor, sloshed.
Don't let him catch you with your wicked game now. He may not come when you want him, buddy, right on time. Well,
Yeah, the snake bite. Yeah, Jim, snake bite.
hurry, my God. No. You just gotta
Special.
wait.
Wow.
You've gotta trust go.
Never tried it with Special Brew. You remember Special Brew and Tennant's Super? My mates used to drink that all the time. I was just like, how the fuck do you drink that? How do you drink this stuff? I mean, I was getting pissed on Foster's Ice. just a bottle of Foster, a couple of bottles of, because I was a lightweight. When it comes to alcohol, I was a proper lightweight. I could drink 2 pints and I'd be pissed. Of 2 pints of Laughing Brew, Lowenbrow, right? We used to call it Laughing Brew. So yeah, a couple of pints of that, my head was spinning. And I just kind of stopped around that sort of time. Just after 2 pints. I was such a lightweight to alcohol, but anything else, yeah, I could take all day long.
Then give him time.
You know what I mean?
No matter how long it will take. But he's a god, you just can't hurry. But he'll be there, don't you worry. I say he may not.
Stella was nice, yeah. Stella was okay.
Right on time. Yes.
Banner also drinks lager tops. I probably did. What's that? Is that lager and lemonade? Is that a lager top? If I remember, I think it's lager and lemonade. Yeah, I'm weak, man. I probably would have done something like that. I'm definitely weak when it comes to alcohol. Beans. That was Jim. Chemtrails for breakfast. Wonder what he's going to have for lunch. Okay, these are the low darts. Big shout out to Kenny. Get me onto these. We've got another track here. This one is a load up. Here we go. Human Nature. Michael Jackson. Got Mick. Human Nature, Mick. Mike.
Looking out across the nighttime, the city winks a sleepless eye. And hear her voice shake my window, sweet seducing sigh. Get me out to the nighttime.
Stella tasted different in the 90s. I don't know, guys. I don't drink anymore, so I haven't drank an alcohol. I can't even tell you the last time I tell you. Before 2007. Before then, I went into Australia in 2007 for months, and I was sober, so I know it was before then. So yeah, it's been a long, long time, man. And before that, you know, I was taking cocaine and ecstasy. I got off all of that stuff all on my own. No doctor help, no nothing. I just got rid of all my circle. I got rid of all these so-called meant to be friends. I got rid of them all. I see some of these guys today. They're still doing the same thing. Still doing it. I'm just like, how? Oh. That doesn't make no sense. Carry on drink. I mean, yeah. It's all right when you're young and your body can take, but when you start getting older, your body starts feeling achy and bones and, you know, alcohol doesn't help, none of that.
Then let me take a bite. They say why? Tell them that it's human.
Hello Marlene, welcome in. Great to see you. Dan, welcome in. Awesome guys. Banner no mates. I've still got a few mates left on it. I've still got a few. Yeah, as I say, I mean, that's what happens though, right, through life. You always, when you're young, growing up, you've got loads of mates, and the older you get, you start losing those mates. That's what happened to me anyway. Kind of, the older I got, the less I was interested in doing all that shit. I mean, you know, when you was going out from like basically 88 to 94 constantly, it's like 6 years raving, going out week in, week out. After that, it was like, going out kind of lost its thing. It wasn't the same, and it just like, although I did go out, I was still going out to about 2001, 2002. That, then I started easing back and thinking, no, this ain't right. Not feeling right in the head. Everything is just off. So yeah, I had to get back to myself. It took a few years to do that, but yeah, it was worth it in the end. It really was worth getting back to a place of like some sort of calmness, yeah, inner calmness. Because I felt like I was always in a rush, always was, yeah, that was just the cocaine. And the cocaine and alcohol.
Does he do me that way? Reaching out to touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare.
Smiling, what's that with smiling?
Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why?
I'm just sorry that you're all
They say why? Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it
What?
be that way? I like living this way. I like loving this way.
Oh, that's...
Looking out.
I like to get involved in people's personal stuff, man, to be honest with you. When it's... I like Tommy, and I like
Touch his shoulder.
Marlene as well. Man.
Dreaming of the street. If they
I'm
say
gonna stay out of that one.
why? I tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way? If they say why? I tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way? If they say why? I tell them why? Does he do me that way? If they say why? I tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way? If they say why? Why do they do me that way? If they say why? Why does he do me that way? I like living this way.
Yeah, I'm not... Well, seems a personal thing between you two, so I won't be getting... Absolutely not. So that was pretty cool, wasn't it? Low darts again, another cover there. We got loads of these to go through. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 shows there. So I'm going to play one of these every show. So, and then I'll put up another one. These are pretty good, pretty talented kids. So, right, let's get to the videos. It's bottom of the hour. So, where are you? Oh, well, oh, yeah. Old Kenny was playing that. He played that Wakey Wakey Freiberg, and the famous astrophysicist that he interviewed. Pretty cool, man. I did have the Macalakas stuff. I don't know if it's still on the list. I think I might have took it off, actually. I did take it off. I had them all on there, didn't I? Do you remember? The Macalakas interview was hilarious back in the day. Yeah, imagine this. Imagine gravity. Imagine black holes. Imagine this equation. Imagine. That's what was coming out of this dude's head. His mouth. It was hilarious. This was an astrophysicist just saying, imagine this, imagine that. I was like, no one imagine it. We want to know for real. Right. Okay, let's get this started because I've got a lot to get through. Let's go. Let's start with Marve. Marve in the house. A nice little moon vid. I'm going to make a cuppa, guys, and have a bifter. I'll be back soon.
Zug Island, Detroit. There we go. Better pro. Almost look like they're pyramids. I don't know what's going on.
Doctor-y.
The bridge? Oh, it's the bridge. That's what it is. That's the Ambassador Bridge in the background.
Oh, that.
That's what that is. It's a very cool shot from across the lake.
6 miles away.
This is actually 20 to the bridge is like 26 miles. 26, 27 miles. And we're looking across Grosse Point. We're looking over top of land. Those buildings are set back 3 miles or so, 4 miles from the shore.
Traffic wardens.
It's the bridge, but that's pretty neat to get the picture of the bridge going over to Canada, all the way from over here. The other side of the lake. Nice.
And my question for the Artemis 2 crew is, what did you do when the toilet broke? Did you just let it fly around?
We didn't let it, but sometimes
So you look, they're all full of kids, brainwashed. This is what it's all about. Brainwashing the kids, the next generation, to believe in all this nonsense. These 4 clowns should be put in prison.
Well, the toilet is a very important piece of
all children, getting brainwashed by these mongs.
equipment, any spaceship. And we had 2 different things. At first, the toilet, when we first turned it on, the fan that actually keeps everything going where it needs to go didn't quite turn on. So we tried again, we gave it some time, and we got that working. But then you have to get rid of everything that you...
So she's doing her lines well. She's an actress, this woman, an actual actress, proper actress. She's been in films. What was it? Mad Max, the new Mad Max. She's in there. The first new Mad Max they brought out, she's in it as one of the mothers. You know, there was their mothers. She's one of them. So she's an actual Hollywood actress, this one.
Yes. Output. And we do
That's why she's doing the lines.
Venting it into space.
And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it.
And we do that by venting it into space.
My faith.
So, orbiting Earth right now, there's a bunch of human turds and piss just orbiting Earth. Oh dear. Oh dear. Really? Just like all the satellites that are out there, meant to be thousands of these satellites that no one's ever seen. No spacewalk has ever seen them. No space flight has ever seen them. Okay.
Space will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place. For the robbers shall enter into it and defile it, my secret place. He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did
that
fly.
world. It doesn't always
Yea,
have
he
to
did
go
fly
back to
upon
the Biblies.
Venting it into space.
He made darkness his secret place, and they shall pollute.
Let's always have to go.
Let us build ourselves a city, and in it a strong tower, and it
All right, now welcome to Crow 777 Radio. We're going to look at a so-called UFO over the moon coming in on the right. This was shot with a 12-inch scope that I got from Meade back in the day, but it was such a piece of junk.
Where did it go?
Literally made them take it back. Not kidding. When I bought it, I didn't realize
Where did
the
it go?
scopes were made
Did you
in
see it? It
Tijuana.
literally disappeared.
When I bought it, I
Watch.
didn't realize the
Oh,
scopes
for
were made
God's
in
sakes.
Tijuana in the day,
For
but
the
it
love
was
of
such a
Jehovah.
piece of junk. I literally made them take it back. Not kidding. When I bought it, I didn't with a 12-inch scope.
There it is.
On the right.
Look, so you get this
was
black
shot
dot. It literally
with
disappears.
a 12-inch scope that I got from Meade back in the day, but it was such a piece of junk.
There, it literally disappeared.
Literally made them take it back. Not kidding. When I bought it,
I think I've seen
didn't
this footage
realize the
before, though.
scopes were made in Tijuana or somewhere down there, and when it came, it just broke 4 or 5 times. But at the end of this clip, I'm going to show you the star Antares, considered the heart of the scorpion, which is a malefic
it went into
or
the
bad
darkness.
star.
It
I'll
didn't look
talk
like it
about
went
that
into
in
the
a
darkness
minute.
on this other shot,
Here's
though.
an inverted view of this.
It didn't
I
go
got
into
from
the
Meade
darkness
back
on
in
this
the
other
day, but
shot.
It was such a piece of
It
junk.
disappears there.
I literally made them take it back. Not kidding.
What is going on there? They've got a shot of a long shot going in. It disappears in the light. This is the Terminator. The dark's here. But in this shot further on, disappears into the dark.
Terry is considered the heart of the scorpion, which is a malefic or
But in the other shot, it disappeared down here. That's
bad star.
that's
I'll
weird.
talk about that in a minute. Here's an inverted view of this object. Back in the day, we used to shoot, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, maybe up to 8 hours a night and not catch anything. Sometimes we go 2 or 3 nights, and then on other times we'd catch 1, 2, or 3 of these a night. They're all over back then in the sky. What are they?
They're still in the sky now. Scanner guy that we've got on there, super slow anomaly and pulsing object in the night sky. Scanner guy shows you these objects. We've got that video up there actually, so I'll show you.
Tell me, if it was what they call a satellite on a balloon, I would imagine with a telescope of this
That's
size,
not a satellite.
I could see something hanging from below.
That's not a satellite.
Nonetheless, the moon covers half a degree of sky when it's full, and so we're looking at half a degree of sky here. And there's so many of them that they frequently are backlit by the moon. Take another view coming in at the right here, slightly zoomed in, and you can see, I mean, it doesn't look like it's tumbling, but I mean, you can see what I see here. When I had this 12-inch scope, everything looked gold. And when I shoot with the other scope, it's more towards the blue, and this has to do with coatings on things. We're going to take another view here, zoomed all the way out, and then I'm going to show you the heart of the scorpion. And I see a lot of people getting stars wrong. Let me let this go out of frame. There it goes. That's a crystal clear shot.
It literally disappears here. On this shot, it disappears here. On the close-up, it disappears
into the darkness. By the way, that's an eclipsed
darkness.
moon in the background there. This is what it looks like when a star is in focus. This may not be perfect focus, but it's close. So what I'm going to do is take it out of focus, because I see a lot of people presenting out of focus stars as the way they look, which isn't all the way honest. There is good reason.
Man, so Mikey, you're not the GOAT of taking stars. You're not the greatest of all time taking stars. Is Crow the GOAT, the real GOAT?
To defocus. Now I'm starting.
So you're starting to defocus it, and you're getting that little hole in the middle
right here, because you can see the colors, the cymatic patterns. You'll notice this one has a hole in the middle of it. That's because this was shot with a Schmidt cast grain telescope.
Okay.
There's a mirror in the back, and there's a mirror in the front of the objective lens up front. Other types of scopes would not have this circular hole in the image.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take it back to focus down to a point. So when you see people presenting stars, they should look something like this does. The colors will be different. The gyrations and all that will be different. With a higher powered scope, the image will be bigger. But I figured it was worth covering. And this is often considered a malefic star because it's roughly the color of Mars, which is also sometimes malefic. But there it is, and I want to wish you all a happy, healthy, and higher-minded new era. There it is, man. Cheers.
Capture. Touch. 19th.
Nice.
It began with the forging of a lie, one lie to rule them all. Humanity has been bound by the most pervasive and destructive deception ever told. It was given to children, taught in schools, broadcast on screens, and burned into minds. This isn't about the shape of the earth. It's about the lie and the foundation of everything. We're taught to believe in a spinning ball fantasy, where oceans bend around a ball moving 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Hey Sarah, welcome in, welcome in.
We're told it's all been measured, mapped, and proven, yet none of it is observable, measurable, or repeatable. It's a belief propped up by CGI cartoons, priesthoods of authority, and math divorced from reality. The globe lie is foundational, and that's why it rules them all. Because if you can control someone's perception of where they are, you control everything they believe about who they are, what life is, and how they're meant to live it.
Hey, welcome in, Jeff. Welcome in, Sarah.
An entire false reality is built. Political theatre, economic slavery, manufactured fear, systems devised by man to keep people small, distracted, and divided, forever focused on symptoms,
never the
the cause. But it's all built on the globe lie. Without it, the illusions start to collapse. That's why it's implanted so young, before we can think critically. We're given the globe, an image, an idea that when accepted as reality, makes all the other lies believable. It closes the mind to curiosity, dulls the instinct to explore, and suppresses the questions that might lead us to truth. Why does it work? Because the globe isn't just a model, it's a worldview, one that paints the map as complete, every corner discovered, every mystery resolved. A spinning ball lost in a vast vacuum suggests randomness, insignificance, and cosmic meaninglessness. It sets the stage for evolution, nihilism, and the belief that truth comes from
Meaninglessness. I can say it, meaninglessness.
Not experience. With that as our foundation, we'll believe anything. It replaces lived experience with fantasy. Stillness becomes spin. Level becomes curved. Observation becomes blasphemy. And the most dangerous part, people defend it. Not because they've investigated it, but because it's safe, familiar, and all they've ever known. They ridicule, they mock, they parrot their programming. That's the power of the illusion. They fight to protect the lie, because without it, they'd be forced to confront the unknown. And most would rather cling to the lie than face uncertainty. But the truth doesn't go away. It waits quietly for those brave enough to question. This isn't just about exposing the lie. It's about reclaiming reality. When we start to see through the illusion, we begin to rebuild from truth. Not theory, not belief, just measurable, observable truth. Stillness, level, containment, purpose. Not randomness, not chaos. The lie is vast, yes, but the truth is simple, and it only takes one spark of discernment to begin the unraveling. Because once the foundational lie is exposed, all the other lies lose power. This is the root. Tear it out, and the rest of the deception withers. We don't need permission to see. We don't need consensus to question. We just need the courage to seek and the care to know. This one lie rules them all, but the truth will set us free.
This is scanner guy, full spectrum, like people set up, start cranking. These are these things, these orb things, what 077 caught ran across the moon. The sky's full of them. The sky is full of these things. Just look at all the movement. It's insane. That one looks like it's moving though. Here. Moving up. Still looking for this red looking molten blaster. Can't see it. Oh, disappeared. No, it's still there. Still. That thing. A movement. So much fun. Eyes to the skies, guys. Still moving, that's still blinking. tons of movement going around. I'd love to really know, instead of all like the speculation. I'd love to really know. This thing just flashing. What? Like saying, this direction, come this direction. Flash every like 10 seconds. What? That's crazy. It's like every 6 seconds. At 6 seconds. Flashes every 6 seconds. Where's it going? Awesome stuff. Scanner Guide, 1968.
You said it's always where it's supposed to be. And that the equation was just arbitrary. Then, contrary to arbitrary, you said...
So this is Sky 3's video. But I think they're using it to debate curvature. This is an upload by Logical. Let's check it out. Let's give it that.
It's actually a description of reality. You just
I mean, you didn't actually do any measurements on those RC
We don't need to, because we have a limit. But the lake is 1,000 feet long. And if you look at their previous videos, they measure it.
Yeah, the lake's about 800 to 1,000 feet long. I think it's about 400 foot wide. Camera's 1 inch above the surface of the water. Basically to scale of a human being standing on the beach looking out to the horizon. Right? That's the scale. So they scaled it down. We know the lake's contained. The surface is level. So we're observing the same thing as what you would observe at sea when the boat goes down bottom first. And they're calling that curvature. And you're getting the same effect on 1,000 foot lake where we know the water's level. It's a contained little lake. Same effect. So it's optical. It isn't a physical horizon. That's the point.
With ropes.
No, you wouldn't.
They measure
You wouldn't
it
do that.
directly. They don't use Google Maps. They don't use fucking a calculation. They go out and they actually measure the lake to that lake directly.
Globe Destroyer.
They
Scaled down, showing you
that
scaled down. Right, there is no curvature.
That the boat should never disappear, according to you guys. That it should never disappear, ever.
You were only a foot off the ground.
Who cares? The boat should never.
They're 2 inches off the ground, not a foot, bro. Which makes it even worse. Because the lower that height is, it's worse for you guys. The Globers.
The reality of it.
It's an inch above.
Oh, so it's not Earth curve.
No, it is
something
Earth,
other
just
than
that your
Earth
video
curve.
does nothing.
So something other.
Listen
than
to
Earth
this
curve.
globetard trying to make some sort of sense out of it. Listen to him. No, it doesn't prove nothing. No, it proves everything. You're just so caught up in your own brainwash. You just can't see it. You're unable to see it, bro.
Appear halfway cut off.
Oh, he's saying it's Earth curve, but at the same time it's not. Like, why are you double speaking every time?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Getting annoying.
No,
It's just that
that's exactly what you're saying, bro.
you guys are using these dumb fucking videos and acting like
It's not a
they-
dumb video. It's a scaled down video of what you're observing when you look at to see. It's the same thing. Exactly the same effects. Come on. Get with the program, man. These dumbass globers, man. Really, really stupid.
Okay.
Stop talking about us.
You got anything
You're
better?
trying to bail yourself out by fucking basically gossiping like a fucking chick.
Yeah.
Address the issue.
Yeah, who's talking right now? Is this Indio 007?
Is there a horizon on a 1,000-foot lake when the horizon should be 2,600 feet away? Why can you only see half of a boat? Is it Earth curve?
No, it's probably not Earth curve in that respect.
Okay, congratulations. So Earth curve is not the only reason that you wouldn't see half of a boat, and it's not physical obstruction. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Except I didn't, because the sailboat.
You did. You just did. You just did. Look. It doesn't matter what you say.
You're not
wasted your
pictures of
time.
Earth curve.
All you
But
do is
you're
waste
your
your time.
misinterpretation of what you're seeing.
Bro, this
Because
guy's
you have
dumb
an
as fuck.
you have an
I don't
idea in
know.
your head.
He is very,
Only
very.
happen on a ball. It can't happen on a flat surface. Then I show you it happening on a.
That'd be the kid that's standing in the corner with the dunce's hat on. Do you remember back in the 60s? If you was stupid and dumb, you had to sit in the corner with a big pointy hat on.
Flat surface. But you're still like, well,
Congratulations.
it's
You did something that no one gives a shit about.
No,
And
you don't
does
give a
nothing
shit
for
about.
that proves nothing.
it proves that your claim that that visual effect can't happen on a flat surface is wrong.
Wrong.
That's
man.
what it proves.
No, what
it's
I'm
wrong.
saying is that you can see the curvature of the Earth with
It's not
sailboats floating
Earth
over it.
curve.
It doesn't fucking matter if you can't see an RC
That's
boat on the
not
lake.
Earth curve. That is a flat surface. It appears to
No,
be
it's not.
listen. It appears to be cut off the horizon on a flat surface, just like in the videos I
It's an
showed you
apparent
with the RC
horizon.
boats.
It's not even.
Appear to be cut off on a flat.
It's an
surface.
illusion.
It's the exact same visual. You can you can cry, you can cope, you can do whatever. But you can't change the fact that the exact same visual effect is achieved on a flat surface. There's nothing you can do about it. Period.
You don't need to do anything about it.
You can say it's a fucking mirage, you can say it's an optical illusion, you can say whatever. If it isn't Earth curve, then you're fucked.
That video only applies to that specific point. And
Oh, shut up, man. This is the nonsense you get from these retards. This is just appropriate to this specific point in time and space. Shut up, man. No one wants to hear your nonsense.
It's been done on other lakes. There's more videos on that channel. It's been done on other lakes. So go harder.
Yeah, Sky Free's just the best at it. That's all. Of showing this. So I'll show Sky Free. Sky Free's an awesome channel, a complete globe debunking channel.
Oh, it doesn't matter because you're using art.
Now
You're
it doesn't
using
matter
a
again.
flawed. You're using a flawed view because you're using a lake. You're not going to find Earth curve there. It doesn't fucking matter if you can't. See
Bro,
the
you're a
boat.
moron. It's the same effect on scaled down. This guy, man, just get him off. Get this dude off. Indio.
If there's some other reason that explains why you can't see the boat, but it's definitely not because there's no Earth curve.
You just contradicted yourself in the same sentence. How the fuck?
Your contradiction. I mean, this guy, man, come on. They're literally laughing at him as well. They're literally laughing at him because he's so dumb.
Did you do that?
He's so embroiled in his own indoctrination. He can't see the forest from the trees, right?
No, I
He can't see the trees from the forest.
There's a different reason why you can't see the RC boat. I don't give a fuck why you can't see the RC boat on a flat lake. But when you see a sailboat going over horizon, that is important because that's the actual fucking Earth curve that you
No,
see.
it ain't. It's the same effect you're getting here, bro. It's exactly the same effect. It's scaled down. Remember, the camera's 1 inch above the surface, it's all scaled down right for an observer observing out to sea. It's the same thing. You see exactly the same thing. You see exactly the same thing. And they're telling you it's going over curvature. But this scaled down, it shows you that they're not, because we know the lake is flat.
No.
Then it's Earth curvature. What a
So either like all the evidence on, because that's the thing though, is that you're not even trying to find a different explanation for why a flat lake would cover up a RT boat.
I know why.
It's because you guys were so close to the ground, so you think like you can't see very far when you're really close to the fucking ground. But like,
welcome to flat Earth.
Hey,
No,
yeah,
it's
it sounds like
because
Yeah,
it's because
I
the
knew
Yeah.
flat Earth, boys and
That
girls.
doesn't prove that the Earth is flat because you're only measuring 1,000 feet, so it doesn't prove anything about the shape of the Earth. That's what you guys
talking
don't.
about. They're using water.
That's the point.
They're using what? Ah, this guy.
It's 1,000 feet for a reason, so that you guys can't say it's Earth curve. That's why it's
No,
1,000.
just because.
Look,
No.
That's the thing.
how many times have you seen this in videos when you've looked at to see the tops? It's all miraged out, inverted. You know, that little Fata Morgana, that little area there that mirrors.
That you're
We've eliminated Earth curve, so you don't get it, right? When you want to,
I could show you videos now looking at the sea. This is exact same thing going on.
sometimes you have to eliminate a variable. So we eliminate the curve variable. This is Earth curve. This is caused by Earth curve. So we eliminate that variable by using a distance which can't possibly be Earth curve and scaling everything down.
There you go.
Say, hey, can
There
I
you go.
mimic this visual effect?
That's why these stupid flat earthers don't understand the word flat. They don't understand the scale of the place. So they won't call it flat.
Known flat.
But if you was able to observe the whole plane, it would look flat. As I said, you could stack 10 Everests on top. It looked like a tiny little pimple on it if you could observe the whole plane.
Oh, we can. So the claim that this oil rig, this mountain, this boat, this sun is cut off and can only be cut off on a curved surface is demonstrably wrong.
Right.
Yeah, that's demonstrating it. Literally, Sky3 is demonstrating it right there.
Only be cut off on a curved surface is demonstrably wrong.
And we can demonstrate it. Again, we can demonstrate it. They can't.
Accurately.
Oh my god.
Oh, you need a theodolite to do
Matter.
that?
The comparison doesn't matter. It
That's
only
pretty.
matters
That's pretty.
because you're a
This is pretty cool. Logical. Where did you get this from? At Indio 007. Is that where you got it from? This debate. I'm talking. Not the video footage.
going by. You even said it. You said, like, the calculation don't matter. We're just going by our visual, what it looks like.
I'm saying you don't have calculations.
Are
You
you
don't
going
even
by?
have that.
What are you talking about? I can predict where the high horizon will be easily.
Why does that matter?
Reset.
That's pretty cool, man, actually. Like seeing Globers get completely owned. And that Glober got completely owned. They were literally laughing at him. Poor old Glober. Okay, this is going back. This is 2009. Hamburgers in Turkey. It's the UFO above the Marmara Sea. This is going back to 2009. I remember looking at this years ago. Quite intriguing. Make of it what you want. I don't know. Pretty weird.
Yep.
pretty weird, right? Back in the day, they were saying this is a boat out in sea. Does it look like a boat to you? Out in sea? Doesn't look like it to me.
Hadi be. Sürttü. Sis var oralarda.
See the top part, you know, the bit that sticks up, but I main boat with that bit. Just kind of looking at it with fresh eyes again, you know, with what you know now, that sort of thing. Right? Streaks of light, energy. It could be facing us, the boat with the bit that comes up in the middle, all the people sleep and that, and could be. That doesn't look like it, does it? Doesn't look nothing like that. The other shot maybe, but what that is. Doesn't look like a boat to me. Does it look like a boat to you guys? It doesn't look like a boat to me. That's clearly above the sea, right? Man, that's clearly above the water. Because it looks like there's mountains there. Is that mountain ridge or something? Was that just the horizon? Is it sitting in the water? Because we know the water keeps going, right? Could be one of those mirage things. Right there. One up.
Tam da. Abi çoğaldı bunlar ya. Bak deniz üzerinde. Tekrar bakalım. Evet, suyun üzerinde yine. Kötüsü yapma.
The dog's barking at it. Even the dog's barking at it.
Yaklaştır yavaş yavaş.
You can see it.
Yaklaştır. Abi ne bunlar böyle su içinde? Bir su var, belli suyun üzerinde işte. Bir bak nasıl kaydırıyor, görüyor musun? Evet. Ya oynamalı. Heh. İnanılmaz bir olay ya.
Would that be an oil rig? Like it's 3:06 a.m. in the morning, 2009. That's definitely not a boat. Oh, there's a head there. They're spying on us. I told you, spying on us. There's a dude standing there, man. Boat.
Vallahi buldum aynı üzerinde. Bak duruyor orada. Vallahi duruyor. Bak. Görüyor musun? Tripod ya.
Any suggestions in the chat? What do you think that is? There's the moon. He zooms in on the moon, focuses in on the moon, and does the same thing with this. And this is 2009, so you know, no AI excuses and all this and digital, and it's filmed on a camcorder. It's like a camcorder with night vision or something. Several witnesses there was to that. Several witnesses. So what do you guys think that was? Like, looking at it today, with what we know.
This is the largest map ever made, and it's from the 16th century, and it's full.
Say. Possible, logical. Hey, Suits. Great to see you, dude. Hope you're well, man. Hey, Dawn. Welcome in. Great to see Dawn in. Said hello to Jeff. And great to see you guys in. What do you guys think that was then? That was some camcorder. It was a pretty good camcorder, wasn't it? To get that detail, man. Kind of bizarre, right? That was in 2009, by the way. Right, so we get on to the next one. Hey, Dawn. Yeah, the Urbano map. This is some guy, Data 1B4, talking about it. But, yeah, I've got to agree with Vlad, actually. Some of this map doesn't make sense. In the sense, like, there's rivers that go, no, they just cut off. They don't go into the next section. And see these lines? This seems like there's parts missing from this map.
Full of glitches that shouldn't exist. Most people see an ice wall, but the man who drew it, Urbano Monte, saw something much more mysterious. Like these mysterious creatures from mysterious lands from a long time ago. From giant birds carrying elephants to mirror kingdoms in the outer lands and the tusked beasts in the Arctic that look suspiciously like mammoths.
You've got to look at it pretty closely to see this stuff, though. And, oh, what's the channel? I forgot. Might be on here. The David Rumsey. Go into the the David Rumsey channel, and it's on there. You can look at it in detail, and you'll see it yourself. There's rivers just get cut off by these like bands, and they don't carry on.
Most insane points of interest on the Urbano Monte map. Buckle
Not all
up.
of them. There, you can see that there.
About to get weird. Hello, my name is Data. Hope you're doing well. In previous episodes, we've checked out the Urbano Monte 1580.
Ice wall. You think it doesn't look like an ice wall? It looks like lands to me.
7 map, and we've discovered that it is very much like an app, more than it is a map, with detailed information given all across. Now, knowing that it is a large 10-foot planisphere, there is much detail in there, so I'm going to have to zoom in to get some of the intricate details that are on this map, as it is impossible to see from a large scale. So we're going to zoom in and head towards the top 25 points of interest on this map, things that nobody should miss, many people haven't seen, and they're quite fascinating. So let's delve back in time to 1587 and into the mind space of how they saw the world back then. I'm probably going to switch myself into a smaller screen so that you can see these images on the map a lot clearer. So why don't we start out by doing that. Number 1, we're going to go straight to the center of the map, the 4 magnetic islands, right in the center. Sailors believed these were made of pure lodestone, and if your ship got too close, it would pull the iron nails right out of the hull, and your ship would never be seen again. Number 2, the giant whirlpool. Known as the Indrawing Sea, it was believed to be the drain of the world's oceans, recycling the water through the center of the earth. Number 3, the Indri. This
goes in there, it comes out in the tidal nodes, right? Surrounded everywhere. That's how you get your ebb and flow. More of an ebb and flow system going on with tides and stuff. It's not nothing to do with gravity and the moon. And
this is in the Russian north. Monte described these as giant earth dwellers that would die if they ever saw the sun. Likely a total misunderstanding of the mammoth remains.
Mammoth?
We'll never know.
Sure we'd be able to draw a mammoth. Because they're just hairy elephants. They had elephants. They had elephants back in the day. You're not telling me that you thought this was a mammoth.
Number 4, the Japanese archipelago.
Interesting.
This is the hidden gem. Monty got this information from actual Japanese teenagers, which was the Tensho embassy who visited him in Milan in 1565. King Philip II of Spain, he's on Tavola 45. He isn't just on a ship, he's on a ship of state.
Holding 2 globes. It looks like these 2 globes.
Literal throne on deck, showing he rules the waves while sitting down. The 7 cities of gold in Cibola. Number 6. Monte drew these in America because Spanish explorers claimed the walls were made of solid gold. Number 7. Moctezuma label. Even though Moctezuma was long gone by 1587, Monte kept him on the map as a ghost king to remind viewers of the riches of the Aztec Empire. Number 8. The giant spiders of Africa. Labeled as monstrous spiders, Monte claimed they were large enough to hunt and kill small birds and lizards. Number 9. The Phoenix on the Arabian Peninsula. He placed it here because the desert heat was supposedly the only place hot enough to ignite the bird's nest for its rebirth. Number 10, camel leopard. This was the art of 1587. Monty never seen a giraffe, so he drew a camel with the leopard spots and a massive neck. Number 11, unicorns of Siberia. Labeled as manoceros, Monty thought they were real animals and were just too shy to be caught by Europeans. Number 12, the griffins, Scythia. Ancient legends said griffins guarded mountains of gold. Monty included them as a keep-out sign for greedy miners. Number 13, the merman with the lute. This isn't just a monster. He's a siren of the south, using music to lure Spanish galleons into the rocks. The giant sea turtle, labeled as Espiodechelon, a turtle so big that trees grow on its back and sailors accidentally try to camp on it. The flying fish, 15. Monte drew these with dragon wings, believing they could stay in the air for miles to escape sea serpents. Number 16, the sea monster versus galleon. In this 1587's Jaws moment, these illustrations were warning labels for investors putting money into trade ships. 17, Patalia. Labeled as a place where gold grows like fruit. It's the ultimate extra land. Sicorum Regio. Legend said the parrots here were so big they could mimic entire human conversations, not just single words. That was 18. 19, Lukash. Marco Polo claimed the people were here, idolatrous, and lived in a land where it was always springtime. 20, Melator. Labeled as a kingdom with the spices so strong you could smell the continent for miles out at sea. 21, the centaurs of the outer land. Monte believed that in the outer worlds, the rules of nature were looser, allowing human and animal hybrids to thrive. 22, the roc, a mythical bird from Arabian lore. Monte drew it in the outer ring to show the outer creatures were massive compared to ours. 23, mirror climates. These tables claim that the outer sun is so distant that the people that have cold blood and live longer lives. 24, the portrait of Urbano Monte. He looks like a tired professor, which is probably because he spent 20 years putting all these sheets of paper together. And number 25, the geocentric diagram. It shows Earth as the jewel in the box. Everything in the universe, including the sun and the stars, exist only to serve our central world. All right, I hope you like that. Top 25 points of interest on the Urbano Monte 1587.
They're the top 25 anomalies. I think there's a lot.
And map.
Light, really, for that map.
There's so much more on this map to discover. Hope to see you in some future videos. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Bye.
Shocking news tonight. According to a new survey, 60% of Americans are now antiseptic.
That's right. And now the fake Semites are saying
It's not their fault.
Of course.
Chloe and Michael,
That's
good
gross.
morning. We're here with Rabbi Foreskins, who has an interesting method for circumcision.
It's just Metzitza Beepa. Stop noticing.
Metzitza Beepa.
That's basically where they take a
Metzitza Beepa.
suck on its
Talmud says it's chill, though.
Wow, thanks, Ching Chong. You heard that, folks? Don't go looking up that unless you're ready to learn how it transmits HIV. That would be so antiseptic. But we go live to Tom, where our favorite pizza baking competition takes place in the Goy Center. Tom, take it away.
That's right, John. We're here at the Pizza Cost. What's it take to win this?
We need to bake 271,000 to win.
I thought it was $6 million.
Nah, that would be impossible.
How are you enjoying the Pizza Cost? Out of the 109 countries out here, Germany's the one struggling the hardest. They don't even have a chimney.
That sounds a bit antiseptic.
Hope that doesn't get us canceled.
Well, Producer Berg does love his pizza and grape soda.
Shut it down! Fine, over 80% of the Epstein list was and 0% of the victims were, but that doesn't mean we aren't victims. My grandparents were in the Pizza Cost.
Jeez, Producer Berg, chill.
He's so cute when he shuts it down. Anyway.
Did you see that fat congressman tampering with the votes?
Yep, show the normies.
So here's what a crime on tape looks like.
But he's chosen.
So noticing is antiseptic.
Shouldn't he, like, be in jail? Yeah.
Absolutely, throw him in jail, like, seriously. Dan, break it down for us.
Somebody, needs to stop this guy. I mean, he's just, to me, I feel like he's a terrorist. I think he should be hanged for treason.
Shut it the heck down, Dan. You think you can just waltz your way into Congress because of your big muscles and antiseptic rhetoric? We'll genocide you like the Armenian you are.
Just because you stupid goyim notice 6 companies run 90% of the media doesn't mean that we won't censor you. Now, back to the goy slop, or you're fired.
Wow. Great point, Shapiro-Stein. We wouldn't want to notice that, right? I'm just here for the bread and circuses before my sports ball game tonight. We're like cattle. How does it feel that your government is funding a genocide?
Good. I just got my seed oil sundae for free.
How'd you do that?
I got my 5th booster.
How do you feel about the event?
It's certainly not 6 million. And they were delousing chambers.
Really?
And mostly from typhus.
He was talking about the pizzas, right?
I think. Breaking news, we're bombing the shit out of Lebanon. Ching Chong joins us live from the action. We're here in Lebanon, where Israel's Operation Eternal Darkness has set out to absolutely wreck the Sand People. We've caused over 2,400 casualties since the beginning of March, all funded by our Epstein-controlled government.
What happened here?
Here in central Beirut, they just came over our town and started bombing us.
1 in 5 Lebanese have been displaced, all because the goy cattle are scared to notice.
Well, this was an Iranian war. What are they doing in Lebanon?
That's base Ching Chong.
But this is all we get when we let that fat Randy win.
Yeah, I got my vote on that Bulgarian dude. Let's hear what Dan has to say about all this.
The first thing that I would like to do is enact laws to punish people that put foreign nations before America. I think that's treason, and I think they should be hung for it.
Shut it down, Dan. We know you're lustful past Mr. Party Boy, thinking you're all cool because you have women and private jets like us. Daisy, distract them with your lustful milkers.
Exactly, Producer Berg. They never give us credit for owning their social media platforms and giving them only freaks.
Good points, Daisy.
It's not easy being chosen. Dude, she's not giving it up, bro. They're committing war crimes, all while they're blaming terrorists, saying they're embedded underneath residential buildings. Like, nah, fam. Y'all are sending my tax dollars to bomb the innocent.
That's actually a valid point.
Based, I might add.
Straight up. But let's go to the investigation team to learn more about what's been going on.
So when you follow the money, everything connects back to the chosen people. Nomadic wanderers practicing usury, financial domination, and Kabbalistic black magic. To put simply, it's the synagogue of Satan themselves.
Wow, that seems to check out. Even Orthodox Jews are starting to notice.
Well, yeah, they're appropriating Israel through trauma-based mind control.
Satan's little people. Let's hear more about Lebanon. Ching Chong.
The initial April 8th assault involved 50 fighter jets and 160 munitions, attacking over 100 sites simultaneously. That's over 300 people dead in a single day, all for our greatest ally to usher in revelation.
Shut it down, Ching Chong. There were Hezbollah terrorists in there. Get your butt back to America or you'll end up like Jackie. Run the freaking commercials.
You need to turn that garbage off.
But Mom, they really do control our government.
Millions of Americans are now noticing, and the anti-Septicism is spreading across the country.
Yeah, go take your Hanta, the Hanta jab. You need it. You're noticing way too much.
Who did you send $100 to?
To Jake GTV, he had his channel demonetized.
He's antiseptic.
Honey, so am I.
If you or a loved one is questioning the official narrative, it's not too late to get help.
Isn't Pfizer owned by a dual citizen from Israel?
Whoa.
Ask your doctor if antisepticants are right for you.
You know, honey, I think Israel is our greatest ally.
That's how you know it's working.
Get them vaccinated before Agenda 2030.
Wow, don't they own all the pharmaceutical companies?
Yeah, but careful, or Purdue-Berg's going to force you to vaccinate
I'll just
them.
use a fake QR code.
Let's go back to Ching Chong to see what the fake Semites are up to in Lebanon. So here goes Satan's chosen people smashing a statue here in Lebanon. Makes sense that their Talmud says Jesus is burning in excrement and feces. Talk about Talmudic tribesmen, am I right?
That legitimately pisses me off. Absolute blasphemy. What do you think about that?
We should still support them.
So you're retarded. Got it. It's 4D chess, bud. Let's hear more from Dan Bilzerian.
They got kicked out of 109 countries, but they got expelled 1,030 times, which means they got accepted back in the country, kicked out again, accepted back in, kicked the fuck out again.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, this is not...
They're totally opposite of the blacks. Everybody wants the blacks. They're taking them as slave labor.
Well, yeah, speaking of which, I mean, I'm sure you guys know who is behind that.
Yeah.
Just because we did the whole slave trade thing and then made it seem like a white people problem through media and education doesn't mean you should kick us out. Shut it down.
Isn't DNA testing illegal over there?
Yeah, yeah. They're not even Semites.
Anyways, let's hear from Theo on the Rogenstein Show.
They haven't been helping anybody forever.
Rogenstein.
They're letting fucking politicians slurp on kids. All of our fucking money goes to Israel, and they're using it to fucking genocide people. It's like it's a time where it's like Satan is amongst us, and our religious leaders are fucking talking about bullshit at the poll. It's just like, what is going? I don't know, man.
President, son, you're losing your fucking marbles.
Good job, Joe. Let's get him vaccinated. He needs his antiseptic.
That's so true, Daisy.
Joe knows what it's like to be chosen. His wife is one of us.
I just joined your Only Freaks. Consider me your greatest ally.
Good goyim. Let's hear how we can censor them on social media.
I can't wait.
Over the course of 2024, we tripled the amount of accounts that we were banning for hateful activity.
Oh, that's why we got canceled, the frickin' Jews.
That's right.
Yeah. So much for them not censoring our speech.
That's antiseptic. Let's hear what the ADL is doing.
The ADL, our Center for Technology and Society, works actively with all the kind of companies of Silicon Valley, from Apple to Zoom, if you will, from Amazon to Microsoft to Meta, and indeed to Twitter.
What a thing to say.
But total coincidence. They don't run the media.
So what's up with that shooting that happened last week?
Let's go to the Jake GTV investigation team to learn more.
So he was being shown magic by the Jewish hypnotist, and then this one dude took shots and missed. Yeah. But this clip right here is just a coincidence. Play it.
This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great.
Total coincidence. Anyways, here's the shooter wearing an IDF t-shirt. Yeah. But then again, our government does protect pedos. Yeah. So the manifesto was pretty based.
Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
You think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are the
never.
gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace.
He's always such a victim.
How about arresting a single person in the
Right.
Epstein files for once?
Right. Let's hear what Shapiro-Stein has to say.
Here we go again.
The #1 trend on X, the minute this happened, was staged. Okay, there's no evidence whatsoever this was staged. There's no evidence Butler was staged. There's no evidence Charlie Kirk's murder was staged or manipulated by the widow or any of that crap. Conspiratorial worldviews are disgusting.
Conspiracy theorists will believe anything these days.
Exactly. Good thing we have Shapiro-Stein to shut it all down. Speaking of Erica, here she goes again for Worst Actor of the Year.
I just want to go find
Shut it the heck down! I had YouTube delete your antiseptic Erica Kirkberg video for harassment, and I'm telling the ADL and FBI to shut this one down too. You're all fired!
Are we fully demonetized?
Yeah, I guess we went too hard.
Jake just told us to ask you to subscribe at jakegtv.com.
That would help. Let's ask the FBI.
Why did you demonetize Jake GTV on YouTube and delete our TikTok and shadow ban our Twitter?
Just let us do our genocide in peace, Goyam.
Well, there you have it, folks. Noticing is antiseptic.
Based. That's based. Dennis, take it away. Thanks, guys. We're going broke doing this, so please donate. Anyways, if you're still not following Jake GTV, you're an absolutely retarded loser.
Have you looked into who owned all the slave ships?
Ask your doctor if antisepticants are right for you.
Congratulations, you made it to the end. That's what I call based. If you don't want us to disappear, go and grab a membership on jakegtv.com so I can do this full time without going absolutely broke. Like, seriously, I can't do this without you. Just hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Did you hack Jake GTV's Twitter?
Sir, we did, but he's not stopping.
Demonetize him everywhere. We must shut him down before Agenda 2030.
Funny, man. All right, let's have a look.
What if I told you something is hiding under the water? Do you see those lines and curves? Are they natural patterns caused by abrasion? Or is something actually hidden beneath the surface? Water often creates natural lines through hydraulic action. But what if there's an ancient mystery hidden inside? Let's go and take a closer look. What do you think now? Is it natural? Look at this. Has nature cut a perfect right angle? Let me touch it. It's completely covered in moss. And as I rub it, the moss clears away. But wait, what about this? Is that a face or am I imagining it? Let me clean the moss off. Here are his eyes, his nose, and below that you can see his lips. Is he smiling? Doesn't he look familiar? Haven't you seen this face before? Let me take the camera above the water from the outside. No one would believe this is a face carved underwater because it's not visible from the top. But who's going to go underwater to take a look? Who is this figure? Is it Shiva? Is it Buddha? Let's take a deeper look and decode this ancient mystery. Suddenly, these quote-unquote natural lines stop looking like accidents and start revealing their true form. Is that another face? Yes, that is clearly a face, but it gets even more interesting. Look at the body. Is that a female? Yes, this is clearly a female figure, and she is shown holding a lotus flower in her hand. Who is she? But wait, what is this? Check this out. Do you see this minuscule figure sitting cross-legged? Who is this? Watch how the sunlight pierces the water, creating these strange energy patterns that give the entire scene a truly magical, otherworldly
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Let me clear the dirt so we can take a better look. For hundreds of years, layers of silt and river debris have slowly piled up, burying him right where he sits. And even when I clear it, he is still covered in moss, making him look like a little green man. But where is his head? Here? Or here? Does he have 1, 2, 3, 4 heads? Who has 4 heads? This is actually Lord Brahma, the Hindu god of creation, and you can tell by his signature 4 heads. But why is he carved so small? Because he's emerging from the belly button of this giant figure.
What are these?
And this giant figure?
What are all these weird cutouts?
Is Lord Vishnu.
steps going down there. This river wasn't here, was it? Did they carve this when the river wasn't here? Because there's steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's steps going down there. Must have walked down this. Then you got this huge figure, Buddha or something, carved into the bloody
the protector of the universe, and the female is his wife Lakshmi, giving him a foot massage. This is why Lord Vishnu is smiling happily.
That's crazy. Look at the steps.
Relaxing with one hand behind his head like this. But look at where he's resting. This isn't just a riverbed. It is a representation of the ocean of milk. And the ancient builders did something genius here. They carved tiny stone fish all around him. When real fish swim over these carvings, the ancient art and modern reality literally blend together. It makes you wonder, are we just looking at water, or have we found the physical sea of milk? This water flows down from the mountain above, but where exactly are we? You might think this is India, but you would be wrong. Take a close look at Vishnu's features. Haven't you seen this face before? It is the exact same style found at the Baphuan pyramid. You see this specific face appearing over and over again throughout the ancient temples of Cambodia. Yes, we are in a remote part of Cambodia, over 1,800 miles away from India.
Wow.
The name of this mountain is Phnom Kulen. But are these underwater carvings new? Were they done recently for tourists? No, this is a very ancient carving. Even mainstream archaeologists claim this Vishnu was carved 800 to 1,000 years ago. Look at the sheer scale of this carving. It stretches across the entire width
Oh, what those little
of
squares
the
were.
stream.
Was round.
We are looking at a 20-foot-long masterpiece, making it the largest carving of Vishnu in all of Cambodia. Think about this. The famous Vishnu statue inside Angkor Wat is only 10 feet tall. This one is double that size, yet it remains submerged and hidden from the world. How is it possible that the country's biggest Vishnu is lying here, forgotten underwater? Do mainstream archaeologists even realize what is resting beneath their feet? Why would anyone carve the most important figure in the region where no one can see it? This wasn't an accident. Ancient builders never did anything without a calculated purpose. If this giant is underwater, it's because the water itself is a part of the message. There is an ancient secret encoded in these depths, a secret that changes everything. But what if I told you there is a deeper secret hidden in these waters? Is this giant Vishnu the only carving here? Let me get back into the water.
Oh.
These tree roots
bloody hell.
are crazy. They look very strange, don't they? Look at this and tell me honestly, is this a carving, or was this shaped by nature and the force of flowing water? Or is this a tiny Vishnu with multiple arms, relaxing just below the water's surface? What about these? Are they really carvings? Or is our mind
They're clearly
playing
carvings.
tricks? Is this a face with a crown on top of its head? What about this one? Does it also have a crown? Look carefully on the left. A reclining figure lying down with a female giving him a foot massage. Right next to it, you can see another carving showing the same detail. Lord Vishnu in a state of total relaxation with his wife Lakshmi seated faithfully at his feet. You can even see the giant Naga's body underneath him and its head protecting him from above. And even on the extreme right, you can see yet another Vishnu. No, we aren't just finding faces in natural rocks. We're looking at ancient carvings, at least 800 years old. These micro Vishnu carvings have probably never been documented before. You're likely looking at the first ever footage of these hidden micro carvings. Here's another underwater Vishnu, and here's another one, partially submerged. These Vishnus are just below the surface. If I put my camera in, it feels like I'm kissing them. Originally, we thought the ancient builders carved just one giant Vishnu, but now you can see them everywhere. Why would they carve 1,000 Vishnus here? On my channel, I've already shown you Sahasra Linga, the 1,000 lingas carved underwater in India. But
the hell are those?
ancient
Are there other
builders
things?
carved Sahasra Vishnu, 1,000 Vishnus underwater in Cambodia. There is an intriguing connection between the
Cambodia is a
phenomenal
beautiful place. Look at Cambodia. That is stunning.
mountain and Angkor Wat.
Angkor Wat.
The
Amazing place. I have to go and visit that. Actually.
largest temple. Both have depictions of Vishnu, and Angkor Wat also features a giant carving of Samudra Mantana, the churning of the sea of milk. But how can a mountain 30 miles away from Angkor Wat be connected to it? According to archaeologists, the stones you see at Angkor Wat were quarried right here from Phnom Kulen. I hope you enjoyed watching the ancient 1,000 Vishnus carved underwater. It's possible no one has ever bothered to go underwater and document these Sahasra Vishnu before. I
Quite
might
interesting,
be the
right?
first
Quite an
one
interesting
to
topic.
show this to the world. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to
He's pretty good as he goes. Praveen Mohan. Praveen Mohan. Does loads of visits all these like ancient places. Pretty cool, man. Shitload of followers. Hopefully I won't get flagged. He's got like 2.4 million folks. Right, let's get on to what time we got. Let's get on to Lev, and then we go out with Brian's Logic. We'll keep our Save Wild Army UK for Saturday. On to Hawkstone Folly, Shropshire. Be quite an interesting one. Yeah, we'll save that for Saturday. We've got a Hangman there. We'll save for Saturday. Right, let's go to Lev.
G Creation, the Flat Earth Psy-op, and the Warren Spirit, Part 16. So, we've got Brother in Christ, which again, in that aspect of love thy neighbour, this is the new family. It's the, you know, that family aspect, you know, because if everybody's a brother in Christ, then you're all related. You know, it's got that aspect towards it.
I thought this was the.
Iron.
Oh, maybe it's to the next. Oh no, he does. Yeah,
There's
it's right
another
at the end. Okay,
aspect.
good stuff.
Fairies are supposed to be afraid of iron. As iron, it can get turned into weapons, and then results in death and all that kind of stuff. So it's one of the reasons.
Shout out to Liv if he's in the chat.
Why fairies don't like iron. So in terms of like God's creatures, God's creations, and then we've got this Jesus / Lucifer person, and for them to be afraid of him, in that kind of way, then it's got that same nature to it in that way. So we've got brothers in Christ. This this picture's showing you they're all military. So in terms of this is part of the narrative of it. It's before he takes you to heaven, you have to go to war against spirit first. And this is part of it. It's part of what it says in Bible and stuff. I've got references to it. So we'll
they'll be asking for the references. Liv. Show me, Liv. Show me these references.
God bless you, brothers and sisters in Christ. So brothers,
that's coming, Liv.
Jesus Christ is the cutting cord. Jesus Christ is cutting the cords that are connecting you with your past. So that you can run the race with him that is destined you in the future. So this race is against spirit, and again with the card. So it's cutting the cord that connects you to your past. So this is everything to do with your karma. It's freeing you from your karma, so you don't have to take accountability for that. In consequence, you're selling your soul, you're cutting yourself off from spirit, and even worse, you're going to be part of the war against spirit. That's what is destined for you in the future. What he calls a race in this point. Jesus Christ is going to cut the cords, the chains, and remove the shackles of your past, completely off of your life. Isn't it trying to stop dragging the past behind you? No, it's...
If you live in the now...
like we said before, take accountability. Don't run from it. You know what I mean? Garden of Eden story. Being afraid to face God with no clothes on. Then, it's like saying, because afraid to see God to see you for your true self in that way. For the mistakes you've made, right? And again, because of the word God and that play on it, really, it's spirit it's talking about, and it's saying that you can't face spirit for the truth of who you are, and it's kind of like spirit sees everything, so it's like spirit sees whatever mistakes you've made. Anyway,
it's on full screen. Sorry, guys.
So it's like it's not until you cut that card that you kind of free from that, to use a word. There is no chain it that you can't break. Jesus Christ can break every chain. He is the chain breaker. So again, the silver card, we're calling it a chain, but really, that's your way out of here. That's the silver card, which, when you die, you follow your silver card out. And that's why all the undead, they can't follow the card because Jesus has cut that card. So when they died, it's like when the contract is up, because that's what the Bible is. It's a massive contract, all about your soul. And this is the breaking the chain. So when you cut yourself up from spirit, which is really important, you know. It is finished. It's like his last words, and how relevant it is in terms of like I kind of think that you've got to get to the end of your life to fulfill this contract. So it's like once you die, that's when it's finished. That's when the cord gets cut. So then, like, you know, it's like it's happened to the point of like, you know, your last thoughts are related to the Bible. You know, like all those military personnel that had to face death. You know, like going onto D-Day, onto beaches, and knowing that the chances of survival are really, you know, it's not very likely. So, you know, in that kind of sense that they're approaching that moment, and the only concept of spirituality they've got is Christianity. They didn't have other choices, you know? So at that point, when they do die, and if they've made that choice to go with Jesus, then that's it. It is finished. It's your soul contract. That is fulfilled with the biblical side of it. And that's when you'll be waiting for Jesus to come back to raise you up on the last day. When he'll he'll grant immortality to your flesh, which guarantees that that's what it's talking about. It's the undead religion. You know, like again, like the brothers in Christ, like all marching together, marching to war against spirit. Which is why it's connected to flat Earth. Which is why it's connected to the New World Order. You know, the Bible is targeting the awake ones. If all the awake people fall to the Bible, because all that stuff about it being a flat Earth book, all the other cultures were flat Earth. So it's not the only one, you know? And don't let them blind you to that. Christ crucified. I can't read what it says. Kill every woman who has known a man by sleeping with him. But all the young girls who have not known a man, keep them alive for yourselves. Moses. So, you know, like the reference, all those kind of things. So it's quite dark, you know, and you can't blame it on the age. You know, when I look at the age and all that kind of stuff, I don't see that of the people. I see it of the government, the rulers of the world, the people that publicised that book. All these entryways brought me to one place, the Bible. Which again, in terms of like flat Earth, like a lot of flat earthers, I'm a flat earther as well, but it's the difference where people have said that flat Earth brought them to the Bible, and in many respects, I mean, I was close to that, you know. With any religious text, I've always had like that respect for it, you know, right? Including Bible, obviously, you know, right? But it's like, it's knowing it, and now seeing it in this way, I can't not see it. It seems to be like more self-evident. It actually makes the Bible actually more relevant. Like seeing it as a vampire religion, it proves it more to be real It's like, you know, the government are pushing for the end times. They're preparing for the resurrection of Jesus. And that's what it's all about. And, you know, obviously cutting your silver cord so you become part of their army. And again, with the army, you know, that personality of the government, which is, you know, part of his vampire personality in that way. So yeah, like Flat Earth brought people to the Bible, and then those same people, the majority of that group, tend to say that they won't believe it unless it says it in the Bible, which to me it says that there's no critical thinking anymore. So like those awakened ones, which they're targeting, have given up critical thinking to rely on a book which is written by Luciferians to a god, a Luciferian god. Well, Jesus, Lucifer, as he calls himself a morning star, which is Lucifer. And, you know, if you say that you believe everything in the Bible, then you should believe that Jesus is Lucifer. Has anybody else heard about that? It's supposed to be like a real mannequin draped in silk floating 33 kilometre above the edge of space, carried by a high-altitude balloon.
I thought it was just literally just floating.
Well, it's already a red flag with 33 kilometres.
Yeah, you got had to get the 33 in there.
Just what number? But I thought, is it supposed to be Jesus? You know, it's red or blue. You know what I mean? But chose blue this time. So it's another Freemason.
I'm surprised we can't see the red molten looking firmament here. Where is it? It looks blue to me. Nowhere to be seen. Where to be seen. No evidence.
Wait,
just in a book and everyone believes.
It could be fake. You know what I mean? It's like, what's point in doing it in the first place? Is it supposed to be Jesus? I don't know. For you has been granted to suffer for his sake. Philippians. So, you know, in terms of like, you know, a lot of people have said that you're here to suffer, and that, you know, according to the Bible, and it's kind of like, you know, I don't believe we are. I kind of think that's what the devil would want, you know? I mean, you can grow through hardships, but I don't think that's what you're meant to be here for.
Live and learn, right?
I think you've got like growth, like emotional growth, and like, you know, like the karmic aspect of things and stuff like that. So like gossip relationships and all that kind of thing, you know, love and hate in those kind of aspects. Like, you know, you hate that person because you're jealous of them. You know what I mean? Well, that's something you've got to grow from, aren't you? Because you don't want to live by jealousy. So, you know what I mean? There's those aspects of things and stuff like. But in terms of like when you look at the government and how they're making people suffer, it's like that's the kind of suffering that you question. You question God, like why are you doing this? Why do you allow all these things and such? Whereas it's it's the devil that's doing it, and it's the people that are praying to the same devil for his sake, you know. And this is the thing about the Surdas. It's like, if the people stop doing that, we might not have to deal with this New World Order. We may not have to deal with like World War III or whatever other threat that they give us. If we stop praying to them, it might take them out of power. You imagine, like, you know, the people being self-empowered, and it's like the Bible's not doing that for the people. It's brainwashing them. It's making everybody think the same way, and it's extremely limited as well. Yes, you will suffer for a short time, but after that, God will make everything right. He will make you strong. Suffer for a short time. It mentions that Jesus will reign for 1,000 years after his resurrection, which is during the end times. So, I mean, 1,000 years compared to like immortality, it's a short time. But suffering, it seems unnecessary, especially all the description of the end times. People are begging for death, but it will not come. Jesus is there, releasing all the fallen angels. He's a witness to the suffering. And once again, like I said before, like, you think you know Jesus, but in Bible it says he's not revealed himself, and he's not revealing himself until end times. That's the only time you'll truly know Jesus. And because of that, that means that the Jesus that you know now, that's a false impersonation, because he hasn't revealed himself yet. So that's not the real Jesus, the one that everyone thinks is Jesus, the one where people praise him, think that Jesus is a good person. And you've got to think about what it's all saying, because it's not good. After you have suffered for a little while, God will restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you, ready for the war, I might add, the spiritual war. Stop worshipping my portrait. My name was, if I'm pronouncing it right, Cesare Borgia. I was the son of Pope Alexander IV, who forced my image on the church. My father, his real name was Rodrigo Borgia, was a gangster, warmongering, greedy, orgy-loving dictator who began using my portrait in 1490 to claim he was God. So that's who the actual picture is. Baal and Lord, English translation of a Hebrew title and false deity. Is it title or deity? Because I thought Baal was his name. So that's just a term for Satan. And demons in general, as they possess humans. It means controller, owner, depot, dominator, and in Latin, domine. In Spanish, I don't know. That's
Lord in English translated the Hebrew title false deity. Wow, what?
Whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Name of the Lord.
Not everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. So you got contradictions. You know, it's abundant with contradictions.
Lord me. Like that.
So yeah. Now this one in the James Bond movie. I can't remember, but it might have been first Daniel Craig one. I'm not sure. I don't actually think I've seen the movie. I've seen it on one of YouTube videos, like End Time Productions. So there's a bunch of them. And I remember, like in 2014, before even getting to Flat Earth, seeing watching a load of them, like A Call for an Uprising, End Time Productions. Like I said, there's a bunch of them, and they're all in that narrative of like showing you like the end of the world, and how that can motivate you to think. One, the Bible's true, and Jesus, you know. So it's the thing about the media. It gives you that. It makes you believe that you came up with it yourself. You know, you kind of do that to a boss at work. You know, in a sense, in certain scenarios, you make them think that they came up with it. You know, in a sense. So in that same way, that's what the government do to the people, or the media. you know, or the Bible as well. It's got the same tactic, the left and right hand path. But they know that people are good, so we're going to choose the good path, you know. So, like in this movie, the clip that they showed, so Bond had gone to see the scientist guy. Is it Dr. No? Or that one, bad guy's name. I can't remember his name. But anyway, the scientist guy.
Dr. Zest. Dr. Zesty.
Zed? Is that what it was? I don't know. Q, that's what it is. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, is that Q? Is that the modern day
all
art?
the gadgets and
what Q's turned into?
And technology and all that kind of stuff.
For real, that's Q. I love the old James Bond, man. Q's an old dude. Got to mess with these IPs, and some zesty youth.
And in scene, he's sat down in this chair, like this. It's quite a big chair, like a metal frame. It's like a sofa seat, but like more of a metal design. So it's like, you know, big arms, armchair kind of thing. And whilst he sat there, he's giving him an injection. So, you know, just before the injection, it gives him the warning that you're about to feel a little. But before saying the word, he injects him. So, you know, it pricks him with a needle in that way. At which point, Bond's response is, Jesus, because it shocked him. It was, you know, a bit sharper than he were expecting or whatever. At that point, once he said that, then he finishes his sentence with the word prick. So, you're just going to feel a little, Jesus, prick, you know, right? It's like that, through that, like, like an harassment at Jesus, you know? It's like the devil, because the devil owns the media, the devil's using it, you know what I mean, in that kind of way, to make fun out of Jesus, calling him a prick in that way and such, right? But look what it does to the viewer. I mean, to me, right, I found that quite compelling. I kind of felt the demon, the devil, is taking advantage of his position with media to do this. But really, the devil's taking advantage of the media to affect my mind and everybody else's who's watching, right? So, like in that aspect that, you know, I'd choose the best option out of the two, you know what I mean, and stuff like. It gave me that, like that way to see Jesus in that sense of, like, you know, to want to stand up for him in that way. You know, it's like, you know, it's like saying that Jesus is real because the devil's attacking him. But in truth, like I said, they're trying to get me to think that. And so it's like, you know, it was quite a powerful piece of propaganda. You know, I could have gone very Jesus-y because of it in that way. And I kind of think it's clever how they do it, you know, but at the same time, you can see through it. It's like, now I know it this way, but they're trying to push that narrative. It's the same as like End Time Productions. Yeah, and they're very compelling. You watch them, and you kind of feel like, you know, I mean, you want to do the right thing, don't you? You know, right? But you look at what's the causation of it all? The causation of it is government. And again, it's media that's giving the information. It's YouTube, but still, they take advantage of YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, we've got a lot of fake truthers. You know? So it's the same thing in a way. Yeah. Jesus in red. So again, in red, we've got Dracula. So I'll give a shout out to Banner. for suggesting this one. I've not seen the movie until he mentioned it. I went to watch it and stuff, and some of it's foreign. It didn't have subtitles, and it will break quiet. And as you know, my speakers aren't very good. So, but I got just of a lot of it in that kind of way. He puts his sword in there, and blood comes out, and he starts to drink it and stuff. It didn't say Jesus' blood, but I assume it is because it's coming out of a cross. And like I said, because it's subtitles, all that kind of thing, I didn't get to find out properly. But I mean, I think it is.
What does he do? I'm trying to think back, Liv. He says something. Blaspheme. He says something. Blaspheme God or denounces God or something like that. Then drinks the blood.
So yeah, he puts a sword in there. So you got this guy. What are you called? Blood, I think he is.
Lad.
There's a war going on. His wife don't want him to go, and he goes, and then he's late back. So she kills himself because she thought he died in battle or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Like I said, I'm just getting just of it in that kind of way and stuff like. But and then in his turmoil, he ends up. It's got subtitles there. He ends up stabbing the cross. Has it happened yet? Oh, it's happened. But yeah, I mean, you get the picture a little bit. It's all blood dripping and all that kind of stuff. He's drank from it and stuff like. And then you got this other bit. So it goes on a little bit. You've got the story. Keanu Reeves is leaving his girlfriend to go on this trip to Transylvania.
Peacock feather. Isn't eyes them.
It shows a peacock feather. It doesn't explain any relevance to it. Another thing that I found spooky is it puts it sideways. And then also you can see like, well, that's not so spooky, but like the world inside it. And so like the sky, the mountains and all these kind of things. And it's like how it changes the scene. It's gone from his normal life and now he's going into this other bubble of consciousness. The bubble of consciousness, which is the world of Dracula. Through a tunnel as well, which is almost like going through a black hole.
I'll have to go back and watch this again.
He's on a journey now. He's left his old life. And for all intents and purposes. I don't know if he turns into a vampire or not. I gave up after about an hour. Like I said, quality were bad and I couldn't really tell what we were talking about. But that with peacock feather, it's like they don't.
There's probably loads of stuff in this movie like this that I've missed. That was just the first part because you was talking about that specific.
They don't tell you
blood and all that sort of stuff, and that just popped into my mind then. But I'll have to go back and watch it because there's probably loads I'll probably catch now that I didn't back then.
Theme change. So anybody, especially in the Western world where the target audience is, they just think that, I like peacock feathers. They don't think, Krishna or the realm, all these kind of things and such.
That's
and I kind of think
interesting, because it's like what you was talking about, man. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to watch this again. This movie.
Like the other one with the James Bond movie, that were like pushing you into like Christianity. Like
it's strange, isn't it? They use the peacock feather, and they've been through all this. They use it, literally use it as like a tunnel to go through into another. That's
this one that he don't mention out.
That's exactly what Lev's kind of been talking
He kind
about.
of like puts it like in association in terms of like
On his earlier stuff,
if
his
you
earlier
see peacock
videos.
feathers, you might think vampires now. And I don't think that's the case. I kind of think it's the opposite. Because really, it's almost like saying that they know a lot more about this, which I imagine they do. There's quite a few things to think in that way. Like the serpent eye at the Vatican on the last episode, not previous to that one. So he drinks the blood of Jesus and becomes immortal. He becomes one of the undead. See the fascination with the colour red. Actually,
Map on the wall there. I mean, yeah, I didn't catch on it. So all I was focusing on was his shadow, because his shadow's moving by its own while he's just standing there, doing some really creepy stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of symbolism in this. I didn't even really realise. Map on the wall looks interesting.
That's better. So again, like the Jesus aspect to it, like the importance of red and blood and wine and all that kind of thing.
A lot of crosses on.
And I'll have to leave it at that because
why has he got it up there?
So next episode coming up soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.
Awesome, Liv. Awesome, man. You have to do like a whole episode on this one, Liv. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I bet there's loads of stuff like that peacock feather thing going on in the movie, right? Right, let's get back. Check out Brian. Yeah, that was awesome. That's Lev's. And check out Lev on his channel. Two-dimensional globe pane proves flat Earth. Brian's got to say.
Okay, in previous times, recent enough times,
Oh, look, that's where my family are from, right there. Durban. Come from here. Travel to Durban. Beautiful place, Durban. Arena down there. Lovely, beautiful.
We've done two different videos. One was about how maps, the existence of maps and how we use them, can only happen if the Earth is flat. And about how the globe itself and the surface of a globe or a sphere is always three-dimensional, not two-dimensional. Now I'll put those links to those videos in the description of this video. This video, I'm going to marry the two things together because they're both connected, as I said in the video about the three dimensions of a sphere. This is a map of Africa, obviously. Ignore the background. Pay attention to this part down here, right? I'm going to be coming back to this a little bit later. But first of all, I must go through a couple of things. Okay, so spherical triangle, right? You'll understand in the close future why I'm going into this. A spherical triangle. A spherical triangle is a figure formed on a sphere surface by three intersecting great circle arcs. Unlike planar triangles, the sum of a spherical triangle's three interior angles is always greater than 180 degrees. The difference between the sum and 180 degrees is known as the spherical excess, used to calculate the triangle's area, right? So now they call them a spherical triangles. They're not, as they even just said. They're the intersection of three circles of equal radius to the sphere. So that's what they actually are, right? A claimed spherical triangle. It's not a triangle. it's not trigonometry, it's circleometry. That's what it is. That's the more correct way to describe it. Let's just be honest about it. Definition: bounded by 3 great circles with the same radius as the sphere, sides and angles. Both sides and angles are measured as angles. Sides are arc lengths representing angles from the center of a sphere, right? Because it's from the center that these things are, using actual trigonometry from the center of the sphere is how these things are determined. Spherical excess, sum of angles 180 degrees. A triangle can even have 3 90-degree angles, totaling 270 degrees, which is why they're not a triangle, right? Because you can't have a triangle will never have more than 180 internal, a sum of 180 internal degrees. You have, this is for the spherical excess. I've shown this in the past, or a variation of it in the past in my other videos, just like how spherical excess is determined, right? Basically, if your circleometry triangle, I can't even call it a triangle, has, let's say, 195 degrees, then you have 15 degrees of spherical excess. That's the best way to describe that. Now, here is, right, a claimed, right, spherical triangle, which is circleometry. As you can see, right, if you add those 3 up, they're going to come to more than 180 degrees. How they actually even measure them is via tangents, because they can't measure them with the curves. So the tangents, so they'll have 6 tangents here, and they'll measure the angle between the tangents. That's how they actually will do it geometrically. But it's 3-dimensional, right? A sphere is 3-dimensional, and a spherical claimed triangle is 3-dimensional also. So, why is a spherical triangle 3-dimensional? Now, a spherical triangle is considered 3-dimensional because it is formed on the surface of a 3D sphere. Formed on the surface of a 3D sphere, with its sides defined by great circles, the intersection of a plane passing through the sphere's centre and the surface. Unlike flat 2D triangles, these sides are arcs, and the figure possesses depth relative to a flat plane, right? So I'm just going to go down to more, right? Curved surface definition. It consists of 3 vertices on a 3D sphere surface connected by arcs of great circles. Diagonal angle, or angles. The angles at the vertices are not just flat angles, but the diagonal angle between the planes of the sides. Angular sides, the sides themselves are measured by the angle they subtend at the center of the sphere. 3-dimensionality, a sphere, and consequently a spherical triangle on its surface is a 3D shape defined by its curvature. Now remember that, a sphere and consequently a spherical triangle on its surface, right, is a 3D shape defined by its curvature. While the surface itself is a 2D manifold, right? But now that's straight away after contradicting 2 different statements up here. Construction and properties of spherical triangles, such as the sum of angles exceeding 180 degrees or pi radians, are fundamentally dependent on the 3-dimensional space. So they're trying to claim that the surface of the sphere is 2-dimensional, while they're saying here a sphere and consequently a spherical triangle on its surface is a 3D shape defined by its curvature, because the curvature is 3-dimensional. An up here curved surface definition. It consists of 3 vertices on a 3D sphere's surface connected by arcs of great circles. Right, 3D sphere surface. It is formed on the surface of a 3D sphere with its right. So a spherical triangle, right, which is, I'll just go back. They're claiming this, right, is 3-dimensional, but the surface it's on is not 3-dimensional. That's what they're trying to claim there. Now that's complete and utter rubbish, right? Because they contradict themselves in this, because they're claiming that twice the surface is 3-dimensional and then claiming that the surface is 2-dimensional. That's what they're literally doing. Because you can't have a spherical triangle, right, be 3-dimensional, and the surface of a sphere be 2-dimensional, as that is part of the surface, right? The surface of a sphere is not 2-dimensional, it is 3-dimensional, as I have proven in the past, right? But I'll just move on to, I asked a different question. Can a spherical triangle lay on a 2D surface? So if they're claiming, right, so while the surface itself is a 2D manifold, right? That's what they're referring to, the surface of a sphere, right? Can a spherical triangle lay on a 2D surface? No, a spherical triangle cannot lay flat on a 2D surface, a Euclidean plane, without distortions, as it is a fundamental object of curved geometry. A spherical triangle is formed by 3 arcs of great circles, this closest equivalent to a straight line on a sphere, right? In other words, it's not a straight line, it's a curve. Because the surface of a sphere is curved and a 2D plane is flat, they possess different intrinsic geometries, right? Key differences include angle sum. The interior angles of a spherical triangle always sum to more than 180 degrees, pi radians, whereas plane triangles always sum exactly to 180 degrees. That's because one of them are a triangle and the other one is not a triangle. One of them is actually a triangle. Curvature. Spherical triangles have positive curvature. A plane has 0 curvature. Distortion. Attempting to flatten a spherical triangle onto a 2D surface is impossible without altering its side lengths or angles. Well, you're going to alter both, more or less, which is why map projections are always distorted, right? When they can approximate a 2D surface, if a spherical triangle is incredibly small relative to the size of the sphere, it behaves nearly like a planar triangle, as the curvature is negligible locally. However, geometrically, it is still a curved figure, not a truly flat one, right? So this is just total and utter nonsense. This is like little caveats that you have to put in there. No, it is never going to be 2-dimensional. It is never going to lie flat on a plane. A claimed spherical triangle will always be 3-dimensional because the surface it's on is 3-dimensional. At all times, it will never be on a plane. That will never be the case. So, as you just here, just to show from this Wolfram math word, you can see here, right, this is right a spherical triangle formed from the center, right, because it's formed using actual triangles, using actual trigonometry. Right, right angles and that, and you can see here, right, that it is absolutely just like the sphere it's on. Although this is just like the sphere it's on. Although this has edges, it's not a perfect sphere. It's spherical in shape, but it's definitely 3-dimensional. You can see that it is 3-dimensional, and a sphere is 3-dimensional. There's no if buts, no maybes about that. That's what it is, right? So a claimed spherical triangle, right, which is not trigonometry, it's circlometry, is 3-dimensional. It's the surface it sits on is 3-dimensional. That's the surface of a sphere. They try to claim that the surface of a sphere is 2-dimensional because they need to claim that to hijack things like the latitude and longitude grid and the XY grid. They need to claim that, right? Because the latitude and longitude grid and the Cartesian grid are used, one is a polar, which is the latitude and longitude grid, and the Cartesian grid, which is an XY grid, right, are used in reality, right, when measuring and for maps and for navigation and different things like that, right? So they need to claim the surface of a sphere is 2-dimensional because they need to hijack those things in reality. When X and Y is 2 dimensions, latitude and longitude is 2 dimensions. There's no third dimension. Unless you add the Z to the X and Y, then there you have the third dimension, right? But the X and Y itself is only 2, and the latitude and longitude is only 2. That's why polar and Cartesian grids or XY grids work together perfectly all the time. You can translate and transform the coordinates over. You can always do that. So, but you can't place any of them on the surface of a sphere and have them work. It do not fit because the surface of a sphere, right, is 3-dimensional, as is proven by a spherical claimed triangle, right? So that leads us to the next place. I'm just going to minimize this a sec, which is here, right? So here is a sphere, right? 3D calculator, right? So it is a sphere. Here, a sphere, AB. I'll remove it, place it back in again, right? That is a sphere. Here is a triangle. That's what this is, this polygon, right? So I just remove it, right? Triangle, and I have 3 angles in there. When you add these angles up, they will come to 180 degrees, right? That's what they'll be. You can add them up, 83.56, 42.94, and 53.5. Add those together, you'll get 180. So this is an actual triangle on the surface of a sphere. But it's not actually not on the surface, it's tangent to the sphere. That's what it is. So it's not on the surface, it's tangent to the sphere. If you place this onto the surface of that sphere, what's going to happen is these straight lines here are going to start bowing out the way, right? And increasing in length. And these angles are going to increase in length. Kind of like, where are we? Right, just like this. That's what's going to happen. Right, if you try to place that triangle onto the sphere, it's going to end up looking something like this. That's what's going to happen. So there's an increase in the length of the line. There is an increase in the internal angles. And that gives an overall increase in the area. Why does that happen? Simple. Because the surface of a sphere is three-dimensional, whereas a triangle is two-dimensional. So when you try to place that triangle that's two-dimensional shape onto a three-dimensional surface, there will be distortions, as is proven by claimed spherical triangles. So there's no way around that. It is distorting, right? It's distorting it because the surface it's going onto is not two-dimensional, right? That is just the truth. It's just the facts, as is proven by claimed spherical triangles, circulometry. So, where am I going with this? Right, this is where I'm going. So, if I take this map and I draw a triangle on it, right? I've drawn a triangle here from Rabat, which is the capital of Morocco, to Cairo, which is the capital of Egypt, and down to Maputo, which is the capital of Zimbabwe, right, as far as I can see. And on that triangle, you can see those lines are straight. Now, in the background, right, of this map of Africa, you can see they have what appears to be the implication of it being on a sphere, right? Now, these lines are straight. This is not a claimed spherical triangle, incorrectly named spherical triangle. This is an actual triangle, with its internal angles will match 180 degrees. If we come down here, we have different elements on this map. We have these brown lines are international boundary, red line is road, blue line is river, the black star is national capital, the dot is city or town. And then we have here a scale from 0 to 1,000 miles. That's 2 inches scale. So for every 1 inch is 500 miles, every 2 inches is 1,000 miles, right? So that means that from Maputo, right, 2 inches up on this map is 1,000 miles. Now, that's 1,000 straight, linear, horizontal miles. That's what's being employed, right? Another 2 inches up is another 1,000, another 2 inches up is another 1,000, and so on. Another 2 inches is another 1,000, right? All the way around, right?
Just looking at this.
So there is no if, buts, or maybes that the scale on this map is matching.
Right through Ethiopia.
Right? This scale here is matching a flat 2D plane, right? That's now obviously Africa is going to be two-dimensional because it's going to have elevation changes, but it's overall it's not going to be totally two-dimensional because it'll have elevation changes, but its overall surface can only be described as flat, right? And the reason this proves that Africa and the rest of the world, and of course all maps prove it's flat, that the earth is flat and can only be described correctly in that way, is because these are actual distances that you can travel, right? And within this area here, right, or within these 3 straight lines, the area that exists there, right, will match reality. If Africa was on a globe Earth, on a sphere, then what would happen is this would be what the triangle would look like. There would be more than 180 degrees, and you would have an excess of area in here that could not be placed onto the map, right? Because you couldn't straighten out these lines, which would shorten them, and then change also these degrees of angle, right, to 180, as a total of 180, you could not do that without losing area. Right? There's an area here that will be lost. Now, if this is reality, if the Earth really was a sphere and this was reality, then there is no denying it that on this map, there has to be some ratio to add back in that missing area, right, within those three straight lines, and the missing distance along the straight lines themselves. Because in reality, if the reality was that we were living on a sphere, then this straight line here, right, between Maputo and Cairo has to be greater in length than is shown on the map. Because it's not going to be straight, it's going to be curved, which means it'll be a longer line than this. The same for this one between Cairo and Rabat, and the same for the one between Rabat and Maputo. They will all be longer, they will all bow out the way, which means there will be greater area in here. So there should be two extra things here, two extras here on this map, and on every map, regardless of the size of the map, there should be two ratios, one for adding in the extra area and one for giving extra length to the lines. There would have to be, if this really was this country, or this continent of Africa, the continent of Africa was really existing on a sphere Earth, then there'd be no way that this map here would be usable. It'd be impossible for it to be usable without having those ratios. Because if a plane is flying from, let's say, 1 second now, I just get, and I tell you, give me a line, right? So I'm going to change the color of the line to, let's see, so I'll change it that color, it can be seen. So if a plane is flying from Cairo, let's just say, to, right, in the direction of Abuja here, right, then if it's flying from here to here, like this, then this line is going to be longer than is shown on this map. Because if we were living on a globe, these three lines would be bowed out the way. The area in between here would be greater, and all three lines on the outside would be longer, and this purple line would be longer than is shown on the map. Now, I can absolutely guarantee you that there is no corrections on any flight charts, right, or any maps anywhere in history to add back in missing area and give extra length to lines. I can absolutely guarantee you that never existed and never will. Because in reality, someone flying from here to here, right, would fly this exact distance along this purple line. There would be no need to ever add in extra length to the line. There would be no need to add in extra area in between the blue lines, right? That is exactly what we're seeing here, is exactly reality. Now, this can't be reality if the Earth is a globe. It's impossible, because there is no way for these two-dimensional distances, right, and this area that's going to be calculated within 2 dimensions, there's no way for that to fit reality if Africa is on the surface of a sphere, because that will mean that it's on a 3-dimensional surface. Right? There's no way around it. None of these can work, right? And there would have to be extra calculations here, extra ratios added into this section on the map, right? Where 1,000 miles is 2 inches, right, flat, but then they'd have to have a second one where actually it's not going to be that 2 inches is actually going to be 1,200 miles or some nonsense like that, right? In reality, it'll be 1,200 miles, not 1,000 miles. It would have to be like that. There'd be no way that you could draw triangles on a map and then use the area within those triangles or the straight line distances. It just cannot be done. If the Earth is a sphere, without those ratios, it can't be done. So if we're using maps all the time without those ratios, and we've been using them without those ratios consistently for God knows how long since the maps turned up, then that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the Earth is flat and there is no globe. End of story. There is no fighting this, there's no going against this. That's just the way it is. As is proven by their claimed, incorrectly called spherical triangles, right, requiring a 3D surface of a sphere. End of story. There's no way out of it. No way around it. It's a done deal. Thanks for watching.
Awesome stuff, Brian. And up over there to Brian's Logic. There's loads of great vids. Right, where are we at? Oh, I'll just play some music. Minutes. Little stranger.
One, two, 1, 2, 3.
It's a bit of a zesty dance, don't it? Come on.
You know, there's a little thing that happens when you tour for 5 weeks straight, and it's called brain problem, where your brains start turning a little bit to mush by the end. But you also are better than you've ever been. Oh, hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
Sure. Hey,
What's happening, bro? Just want to say what's up, guys. What's up?
Oh, cool. It's great to see you.
What's going on, man?
Cool. I ain't no thing but a bust of brain. Don't flips on chips on a plank of tank. Don't dames in my lane with a chunk of chain. No pain but a trust of chains. I ain't no thing but a bust of brain. Don't flips on chips on a plank of tank. Don't dames in my lane with a chunk of chains. No pain but a trust of change. I'll get up.
Never mind, sit back down.
I'll get up.
Never mind, sit back down.
I'll get up.
Never mind, sit back down.
I'll get up.
Never mind, oh, fuck it, yeah.
Big shout out to Laura, big shout out to Dawn, Charlie Rose, Jax, big shout out to all the ladies that come in today. Massive appreciation to you guys. Huge shout out to Lev, Jeff's in the house, Honor, Chills. We got Dawn in the house, can't forget Dawn. Sherry, appreciate you coming in, Sherry. Matthew Roberts, we got Brian, Terrett coming, didn't he?
If you want push back, but you got bring a side if you want bushwhack. So you hop caps, the cuckoo cloth from the cutlass.
I can only go that far. I know a few people come in. Appreciate you guys. Awesome stuff. Hey, Scotty Dog. Big shout out to Scotty Dog. Big shout out to Jim.
Come on. When I freak on the track, feel free to.
Big shout out to Brian. A big shout out to Tommy.
Taking all my bacon and I'm making a monument.
We're on the home straight banner. Hey, great to see everyone in today. Big shout out to Shlo. What's up, Shlo? Are you busy, mate? All right, everyone. No problem. Yeah, I've got a busy afternoon actually.
I'm stuck inside my head. I'm stuck inside my house.
All good, Chills, man. It's all good. I enjoy doing this, man. Actually.
I'm stuck inside my house. Come on.
I've been doing it quite a while, but I quite enjoy doing it. As I say, it's more like therapy for me. I can't really talk about these topics.
Come on now.
With family and that, and you know what it's like. I just don't get it, man.
Vibing. I'm stuck inside my head. I'm stuck inside my house.
So, yeah, I enjoy doing it.
But the buzz of brain, don't fizz on chips on the plank of tank. Dumb days in my lane with the chunk of change. No pain, but the trust the change.
Hey, thank you, Laura. Thank you. I do appreciate it, guys. Is this plutonium? I was just about to say, Jax. Oh, geez. Vanna, shut up. Right, let's get on this outro, wherever the hell it is. It is somewhere. Over up. There we are. Go.
The greatest form of control is where you think you're free when you're being fundamentally manipulated and dictated to. One form of dictatorship is being in a prison cell and you can see the bars and touch it. The other one is sitting in a
Shout out to Dirt Wizard. Appreciate you guys. Nice
the
one.
human race is suffering from is mass.
You're welcome, Jim. You're welcome. Hey, big shout out to Suits. Can't forget Suits, man. I'm as high as a kite. Fiberglass.
Newsreaders, politicians.
Suits. When ain't you high as a kite? That's the question. When ain't you?
Lecturers. We are in a country and in a world that is being run by unbelievably sick people. The chasm between what we're told is going on and what is really going on is absolutely enormous.
It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us fight to be slaves. And everybody's just walking around, out in the clouds, who wanna wake up to a dead in the grave. By then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end of the day.
Everybody is slaves, only some are aware that the government releasing poison in the air. That's the reason I collect so many.
You said you're high as a kite. Can you really see a 6 from where you are? Oh,
many guns in my lair. I ain't never caught slipping, never underprepared. Yeah, they shade sign on me. They just spray it proudly. George Bush, the grandson of Alistair Crowley. They want you to believe the lie that the enemy's Saudi. The enemy ain't Saudi, the enemy around me. It's fluoride in the water, but nobody know that. It's also a prominent ingredient.
Mine's
How could any government bestow that?
Saturday.
Who believe in political throwback. That's not all that I'm here to present you. I know about the black
Saturday night comes down.
Yeah. About the Vatican assassins and how they will get you. And how they
Forward to it.
Hussein Obama in a test tube.
It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us fight to be slaves. And everybody's just walking around, out in the clouds, who wanna wake up to a dead in the grave. By then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end.
Whoever built the pyramids had knowledge of electrical power. And you know that that's the information that they suppress and devour. Who you think the motherfuckers that crashed in the tower? Who you think that made it turn into ash in an hour? The same ones that invaded your own. The ones that never told you about the skeletons on the moon. Yeah, the ones that poison all the food you consume. The ones that never told you about the Mount Vesuvius tombs. The bird flu is a lie. The swan flu is a lie. Why would that even come as a surprise? Yeah, the beast has war, your laws made you die. It caused cancer and it cost a lot of people their lives. Do y'all know about Bohemian Grove? How the world leaders sacrificing children in robes? Lucifer is God in the public school system. I suggest you open up your ears and you listen.
It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us fight to be slaves. And everybody's just walking around, out in the clouds, who wanna wake up to a dead in the grave. By then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end of days.
The greatest hypnotist on planet Earth is a oblong box in the corner of the room. It is constantly telling us what to believe is real. If you can persuade them that what they see with their eyes is what there is to see, you got them. Because they'll laugh in the face of an explanation that portrays the bigger picture of what's happening. And they have. The greatest form of control.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Free when you're
Why has it done that?
Manipulated and dictated to.
This bloody YouTube's got a mind of its own.
In a prison cell and
It
you can
does
see the bars
things
and touch it. The other
on its
one's
own.
sitting in a prison cell, but you can't see the bar. You think you're free.
Like the ghost in the shell. What's going on?
Is suffering from is mass hypnosis.
"25 years I've been on the force. I've seen every kind of sick, depraved act known to humanity, and still, when I see a black man walk by who has more money than me, I want to vomit my gizzards right into the gutter. But why? Maybe there is no reason. Maybe there's just a big blue ball out there that's mostly covered with water, and we're just going along for the ride."
Are you welcome, Liv?
This This is Mo jingling
Hey,
balls
mate.
in your mouth all day, every day. Hey, you tuned in to Fuck What You Heard Radio, where you can stick a dick in your ear and shut the fuck up, bitch. But anyway, we got your new K-Dot record. I know you in traffic. Where you at, baby?
Down Rosecrans, 87 Regal, sipping on a gold can, gun tucked like the fetal position. Top dog coalition, coexisting with the coded, whoever quoted from California district. Been a corner like David Banner, I'm the owner of the marijuana aroma. You smelling, hit a donut, yelling, it's me, bitches. Who did it? I did it. Take them where they can't go. Like Planet Venus, leaning like a mad scientist. Laboratory bottles of empty Heineken, telling stories about the ones that came before me. Chinamen squinting this eye because I'm blooded. And my shine is bigger than the striker lighting. And they liking him because I like to win. Never lose, put me on a pedestal. Bet I pedal victories until I pedal off my shields. Welcome to the Lion's Room. Challenge anybody who wanna try they luck, they get fucked up. And all you heard was ooh. Say hello to the little big homie. And your reality ain't realer than this, homie.
Tell you that now. Right, guys. More drunkards. got a herd of alcoholics just walked in. You do. Alright guys, have a wonderful day. I will see you Saturday, same time, 9:30 GMT. Till then, take care. Have a good one.